Okay, this might be a short stream. I don't know. I work in a couple hours. I leave at 9, so 6, 7, 8, 9. I leave in like 3 hours. So it's not gonna be like a long stream. But like I really wanted to watch this video. I didn't want to keep putting it off. I want to watch this fucking video. Fuck! Where is it? I'm fucking it up. Let me see. You might like this review better than the second one review. Okay. Where is it? Dude, there's this fucking crazy. I saw like the first few minutes of this video. This guy, this bro really is like this fucking dude is like, I don't know. He could be trolling. He could be trolling. But I just think it's kind of unhinged. Like the first few minutes of your video is like, if you unironically watch Nicholas Deorio, you should kill yourself. This is like really based. Listen, he makes good drama slop. He makes good drama slop. So
who is this cute little lesbian and
how tight?
Who is this cute little lesbian and how tight is her pussy?
The left has gone insane. Pedophilia is evil and Hassan bad.
I don't like that video.
I had to say that off the bat so that the histrionic paper-skinned
Wait, what? Ow! Oh my god.
Evil and Hassan bad. I had to say that off the bat so that the histrionic paper-skinned commentary freaks wouldn't have a panic attack before they could grab their inhalers.
I don't think I've ever, I mean, maybe I'm just not like active in that sphere on Twitter. I mostly get like gaming related shit posts, but sometimes I do get commentary stuff. I haven't seen anybody like flip out on people for like not clarifying Hassan bad when they're criticizing like Nick Deorio or any of these people. Because I mean, I suppose those people could exist, but I've never seen it personally.
I love criticizing people. We all do. I've criticized lots of people on this channel, and on more than one occasion, there have been enlightened, level-headed intellectuals and
wait, oh my god, wait.
Lots of people on this channel, and on more than one occasion, there have been enlightened.
Crazy work, my dude. It would have helped if it was a different topic, different narrator, different script, different channel, different emotion. Jesus.
Level-headed.
Wait, based on what? What is this video from? Where are these comments coming from? Absolutely awful video. I'm more than halfway through. And what exactly are the points you're trying to argue? The Jack? Oh, that Jack tries to help other creators? Wait, who? Wait, what? Okay.
Intellectuals in my comment section ready to happily share their nuance with me. I've never been under the delusion.
Okay. Also, dude, I get comments like this sometimes where it's just people shitting on me or shitting on my opinions. Like, I feel so worthless, like, calling it out, almost. Like, I don't understand the point of doing that. I don't understand the point of doing that.
That might take
because it's just like, if someone's going to comment something like this, like, look. If you're against Ethan in this saga, you're a bad person. Like, why give this person any attention? This person's obviously retarded. This person's obviously dumb. You can criticize Ethan and Hassan. You can have problems with what both these people are doing, but not give a fuck enough to take a side, right?
In my comment section, ready to happily share their nuance with me. I've never been.
I have a Grimdawn. Got myself the a charged Havel's Great Sword. Nice.
Under the delusion that my takes will be popular, so I don't care if people shit on me for them, because at the end of the day, I'm still right and
you're putting it on blast
or not. While I might hold off on giving my opinions about every
like you can't argue that you don't give a fuck when you're like you went out of your way to take screenshots of those comments and put them in your video.
single creator right off the bat. I also don't like to just criticize people based on what's popular or safe. I'd rather just read Wikipedia articles on stream at that point. So yeah, I already know people are gonna cry because I'm criticizing Nicholas deorio, because apparently Nicholas deorio isn't always the safest option to make a video on. I'm aware. I don't care. If you have a problem with this, go watch him instead.
I would say, okay, no. I would say, I'll give this guy credit where credit is due. Nick is also not above any criticism. I think it's kind of cringe, like how much he's been dick riding Ethan this whole thing. Like Ethan, Ethan has obviously been like wrongfully attacked at multiple points in the whole fucking drama, but he hasn't done himself any favors in reacting that the way he has to people's communities. Right? Because it's one thing to respond to Denims because Denims is talking specifically about Ethan, but I feel like Ethan puts way too much emphasis on other people's communities when you could just like, well, hold on. And then I got to caveat that because obviously the snark community is going after him and CPS, all that fucking stupid shit is happening because of those communities, right? So it is reasonable to go after those communities, but I've seen him do it multiple times where like he would put like way too much emphasis on other people's communities when it's just not relevant. I just feel like you're kind of like, at some point you kind of just have to like not say anything, right? And Ethan hasn't really done that. And it's why this has been dragged out for as long as it has, right? Granted, the other side is also instigating Ethan, but it's just, I don't know. I'm honestly just kind of sick and seeing the fucking drama in my feed.
He'll tell you exactly everything you want to hear. This isn't a safe space for you jack-offs. Because let me be absolutely...
To be honest, I think the only reason Nick is writing Ethan because he doesn't like Hassan, but if he doesn't say anything at all, he gets criticized anyways. Maybe. I honestly think Nick is doing it because it's just like, well, I get a lot of viewers from it. I get a lot of donos from it. A lot of people from H3's audience see my shit. A lot of people, Yeet is clipping me, and because I am following this big drama that's going on, he has no incentive not to incessantly cover the Ethan Hassan shit, right? But I do think there are moments where I feel like, you know, he could be a little bit more critical of Ethan, definitely.
Clear. I have nothing but contempt for you people, and I will exercise every inch of my power to maintain a 60-40 majority of people with an IQ above 60 wherever I go, okay, no matter how many 10-7s you try to commit in my comment section.
I want people with a high IQ to watch me.
Like, okay, yeah, you're so fucking smart, okay? I don't, like, it's just so stupid to say that out loud. Like,
I want people,
like, I don't know, just the IQ shit is like,
you're probably sub 60 IQ.
Like, okay, thank you, Reddit.
For all the goys who didn't catch that, here's a translation. If you're a Nicholas deorio fan, kill your...
Like, and this is where I paused. I was watching this video. That's where I paused. And I was like, okay, I need to watch this on stream. It is just so like needlessly aggressive for like no reason. I mean, it could be like clickbaity, like rage baity almost kind of shit. But like, I do want to see if there's actual like good criticism of Nick here.
Dude, they've done it again. They've tricked me into watching another Israel-Palestine
video. Be a war crime. It literally...
I have learned nothing. Everything I've learned is against my will, dude. They've tricked me yet again.
What you're basically saying is you're completely uninformed on the actual reason there was an entire falling out between Hassan and Ethan in the...
What? It has nothing to do with Israel. It actually, funnily enough, the Israel-Palestine context, the whole Israel-Palestine conflict is subtextual to the actual drama itself. This literally happened because Ethan unfollowed Frogan. That is where all of this fucking shit started. Okay? That is where all of this shit fucking started. And whether or not Ethan is more or less right on the Israel-Palestine conflict has nothing to do with the fact that people are calling CPS on him. Like, this is just, okay, no, that's stupid. That's fucking dumb. All right.
First place. You don't actually know why they disagree or why Ethan is getting shit at all. You can scoff, but the reality is that there's historical context behind this YouTuber beef, and you're proudly announcing...
There's historical context, man. And like, it legitimately doesn't matter if Ethan is correct or not in the with the Israel-Palestine conflict. I think he is correct, but it ultimately doesn't fucking matter because to the extent of how this drama has proceeded, it literally has fucking nothing to do with his takes on Israel-Palestine. It has nothing to do with it at all. Literally nothing. Like,
you don't even want to learn about that. Of course, there is a very logical explanation to all of this. If you were a little bit more informed on Israel-Palestine, you would put yourself directly at risk of recognizing any of the valid criticisms people make of Ethan's position, which you
what? Like what? Like Netanyahu's a war criminal? Like what the IDF is doing in the Gaza Strip is fucking inhumane, and everyone supporting that should be fucking ashamed of themselves? What take? What take? Dude, I hate people like this so fucking much. I hate people like this so you are so politically brain poisoned. You actually have no idea what Ethan's take is, which is so ironic because you're criticizing Nick for the same fucking thing. I'm gonna crash out.
Really mean to say is that you don't want to learn about this conflict, because if you were to approach this,
I want to hear him say, what is Ethan's take? What about Ethan's take on the Israel-Palestine conflict is objectively wrong? What? And something that he hasn't already corrected, mind you too, okay? Something that he hasn't already corrected.
Entire situation with,
like, what is he currently asserting about the conflict that is fucking wrong? What? He debated Hassan about it. He debated fucking what's his name? Majority Report guy, Sam Cedar. He debated Sam Cedar on it. He gave his arguments and he justified his fucking arguments in those fucking debates. Now it's up to you to prove him wrong. Why hasn't anybody done that? Why is it just asserting that he's fucking wrong? This whole shit is so stupid. It's so fucking dumb. It's literally, I don't like Nicholas deorio because he's not pandering to my political beliefs. This is I could already get a sense that this is what this video is. Hold on, actually. Let me walk that back. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't jump the gun. Okay. Maybe there is actual legitimate criticisms here. Okay. So we didn't just pass the law that banned OnlyFans for what? For what reason? Like, I don't, okay. Wait, hold on. Sweden? Sweden is like one of the most sex positive, like European countries out there, I think, right? Like what? That's kind of weird.
With any objectivity, you might have to stake out an actual position and jeopardize your current perch on Ethan's hog. So fuck it, just pretend the—
Wait, what? Dude, I feel like, no, I don't know every single tiny little fucking detail about the Israel-Palestine conflict, but I've watched people debate about it, and I do have a passing political interest in shit. I just don't want to involve it in my fucking YouTube channel shit. I'm fairly certain, unironically, Nick would just agree with Ethan, not because of any other like subtextual reason, but literally because like when you break down what the conflict is and how it all started, you could everyone, the normal conclusion to come to is that the IDF are fucking horrible for their apartheid on Gaza and putting that pressure on Gazans and Palestinians for well over a decade at this point, for fucking no reason other than we want to hold this territory because it makes us more powerful, it makes us more influential, or whatever the fuck. And it has evolved into radicalizing Palestinians into joining terrorists like Hamas, which then conducted the October 7th attack, right? Both of these fucking people are bad. Both sides are unironically fucking bad, okay? Now, you could argue that October 7th, you could understand why October 7th happened, just like you can understand why 9/11 happened. That doesn't mean it's justified at all. That does not, there is nothing anybody can say to make me think that October 7th was actually justified to attack civilians and shoot and kill children. You are psychotic. If you are thinking about trying to justify that, you are fucking psychotic. You are actually a psychopath.
The entire thing is stupid and proudly announce that you don't know anything at all. Of course, the catch with this tactic is that you actually have to shut your mouth when you don't know what you're talking about. But if you did that, you wouldn't be able to contribute to the yoslighting, which got Ethan thinking an anime sword was an anti-Semitic dog whistle. As you can imagine, for a guy who
okay, the sword shit was really fucking stupid. I don't know why people harped on it for as long as they fucking did. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, it's it's Occam's razor. Like, I don't think they picked it up as a dog whistle. It seems to be the case that they picked it up because it was the most available fucking sword there. They wanted a little prop or whatever the fuck in their little photo shoot. They didn't think much of it, okay? Like, whether or not they recognized it was a swastika or not, there probably wasn't any fucking anti-Semitic intent behind that. People harping on it is just that part's stupid on both Ethan and fucking Nick's side. I just don't agree with him.
Loves to hear himself talk and constantly snickers at his own jokes on stream.
He does what?
Fuck up is almost impossible. So all you end up with is a blithering idiot who is incapable of hiding his blatant—
Isn't this kind of ableist? Like you're just like playing like a helpless fat man gorging himself? Like, isn't this kind of like ableist? Like, you know, it's kind of fucked up. I feel like it's making fun of him because he's fat. That's fucked up, dude. Nah, I don't give a fuck. Miss Rachel is catching tons of flack from political influencers for supporting the Palestinian children in their aid, but her stance on the Gaza conflict. Oh, it's a cool sword. It's from Bleach, and I assume it's because whoever sword it was weeb. Yeah. Like, people harping on it. I don't think there's any anti-Semitic fucking shit behind it.
Hog riding because he's desperate to
and I don't think, here's the thing, I don't think it was anti-Semitic for Ian to pick up that sword, because I don't think Ian actually fucking understands this conflict at all. Ironically enough, what this guy is criticizing Nick for can literally be applied to Ian tenfold. I'm fairly certain Ian couldn't tell you the first fucking thing about the Israel-Palestine conflict. He couldn't tell you what is the right of return. Ian probably couldn't tell you that. What was the first Intifada? He'd be like, what is that, like a Mexican dish or some shit? Like, he wouldn't fucking know. Like, it's just really like, but ultimately when it comes to this conflict between Ethan and Hassan, like, you honestly to God do not need to know about the Israel conflict, because it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter.
Push even the dumbest narratives as long as it benefits the streamer he has chosen to strap himself to. He doesn't care. In my experience, one of the greatest rules of the commentary space we occupy is that if you spot an act of soylentry in the wild, you get to feel very smug about yourself. That's how the game works. Someone gives a bland, unoriginal, progressive take, and you get to make fun of it because you're not soy. Everybody was wearing their very...
Maybe that's happened in the past. I mean, I've definitely, like, when I used to be like an anti-commentary fucking retard, like unironically, like it was just like, I'm political and I don't like the commentary bros because they're right wing or whatever. And it's like, when you actually hear these people talk, it's like, okay, no, they're not right wing. They're just fucking edgy. Like, that's literally it. But I understand his perspective, but it's just like, it's just out of ignorance. Like, I haven't, when in recent time has that happened? Like, oh, you're soy. Like, yeah, sure, people will make fun of you for doing like soy or cringe shit, but it's never, I mean, I don't know. I can't really speak for people. I don't know. I couldn't say why some people do it, but I know I would do it because I think it's funny. Because I laugh at myself when I do embarrassing shit, and I laugh at other people when they do embarrassing shit. Like, not that big of a deal.
Smart thinking caps when Boblax said non-binary is
oh
awesome.
My fucking God, bro. All it was, bro. All it was. No, oh my God. Is he really gonna fucking... They made them, bro. The Boblax crash out literally happened because Turkey Tom said, "I'm glad you chimed in." That's it. That's it. Is this morally grandstanding? Is this anti-soy grandstanding? Like, is that what that was?
And valid. That's a soy take, we all said. That's just a safe baseline statement you're making, so the queers will clap like seals and support you. At least that's what I was saying to myself. Why?
Wait, is he criticizing Bo? I don't get it. Wait, what?
Why were we all so capable of pointing this out? Was it our own intelligence? Our own capacity for observing a certain behavior?
Am I in the chat? Oh.
No, it's because Boblax is a
They them.
I mean, come the fuck on.
What? No, it couldn't possibly be because Boblax literally lied about BPD and was misleading everybody and trying to make excuses for his objectively shitty fucking behavior that he himself has admitted. He himself has admitted that he was fucking unhinged as fuck, okay? Has nothing to do with the fact that he's fucking non-binary, cross-dresser, AGP, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with anything. It just makes it easier to make fun of him. There are actual legitimate criticism against Boblax, and 99% of the time, that's what it is. If anything, in recent time, Nick has made fun of the fact that Boblax is on the verge of homelessness than anything else. He really hasn't made fun of his non-binary shit. Like, when has Nick ever done that? Maybe it's just a passing thing. It's like, oh, it's not my thing, or like, oh, yeah, it's a bit cringe or whatever. Has he like, I don't know, has he lambasted Boblax for being when does that happen? When does that happen?
Let's just call it what it is. He's a
They them.
People hate that. So when a
They them.
gives a baseline, safe,
You're censoring faggot? Why are you censoring? You can say faggot. What the fuck?
original take, it's soy. But because it's because Boblax is a
They them.
I mean, come the fuck on. Let's just call it what it is. He's a
They them.
People hate that. So when
They
a
them.
gives a baseline, safe, unoriginal take, it's soy. But because Deorio's
I mean, if that really was the case, why has Augie never really like paid too much attention to it? Why is it that every time when the criticisms of Boblax comes up, they're not fucking talking about the non-binary shit, like, ever? They think it's weird. They think it's gross, sure. But they're always steering the conversation to, let's talk about your actions. Let's talk about you lying about Nick being fucking content cop. Let's talk about you lying about being fucking manic or whatever the fuck. Let's talk about you trying to deliberately mislead people into believing that there was an excuse for you for acting unhinged. Let's criticize you for secretly recording lyrics and trying to fucking cancel him and shit like that. For what? For giving you valid criticisms for your, like, it's just so stupid. It's so stupid to pretend like Boblax is non-binary and he's actually above any fucking criticism that these people were actually levying. And everything has to do with the fact that he's just non-binary. He sold his stuff for real money.
Tits are due to obesity and not estrogen, because Deorio's pallid, flabby, disgusting body is covered with a XXL smock and not a dress. That makes it not soy when he repeats endlessly the same talking points about his son and his orbiters, which we've all heard a billion times.
I mean, yeah, it can be very redundant.
That's totally not safe, totally not baseline, definitely not something which will make an audience clap like seals. Why? Well, because Nick isn't a—
Well, to be fair, Nick is like notoriously hated in like every other sector outside of commentary. Like I feel, well, except for movie reviews. I mean, Mahler and his fucking people, EFAP people like Nick. But aside from that, like Nick is like notoriously hated for giving like hot takes on certain issues. Like when it comes to the Onision stuff, he was heavily critical of the anti-O people, right? Which everyone on Twitter at the time was like blindly just following the anti-O people and just being like, yes, queen, yes, queen, yes. But then like no one was actually criticizing what was actually happening in the background and realizing that, oh shit, the way these people are acting are kind of letting Onision get away with shitty fucking behavior, legally speaking, right? And then now Onision is a free man because fucking the Yas Queen anti-O fucking bullshit got out of hand, right? Like that's just a small fucking example, but I feel like Nick is willing to give hot takes where I feel it matters. You know, I mean, because also with Creator Clash too, he was also like, well, Creator Clash 2 too, right? But like he was also one of the handful of people that was giving meaningful fucking criticism, because there was a litany of people basically being Creator Clash sucks because iDubbbz is soy, but Nick had actual fucking criticisms for Creator Clash and was noticing the problems that were manifesting with the organization. And now look at it, it's in fucking shambles. And we're just now finding out that Ian and Anissa were taking 34% of their quote unquote charity event. Like that is supposed to make any fucking sense at all. Like it's
they them.
In terms of giving safe baseline takes, Nick is the exact same thing as Boblax, but the entire
he's gonna love that comment.
Community keeps him around anyway, because as long as you're not
they them,
they literally don't care at all about how safe.
Okay, to be honest, Nick sounds fruity as fuck, so that's just not true. Okay, if it really was a problem that the only reason Nick wasn't being kicked out is because he's not a fucking faggot, is just not, he sounds gay. Okay, am I the only person who thinks that? He sounds fruity as fuck. Okay, he sounds fruity. Okay, and I'm not gonna judge him for that because that would be rich, but come on.
Safe and unoriginal you are. In fact, they fucking love it. They love it when you just repeat the same thing over and over again. Just make a
you could also say you could also say the same thing about like the other side, right? Like, who the fuck is Sean the Black and why the hell is his name going around? Oh, because he's a seal clapping retard. He's just literally he's mindlessly repeating the talking points out there over and over and over and over again. Denims, same thing. Frogan, same thing. Even Hassan to some extent. He sees what other fucking far left people are saying online and he just repeats them without even thinking about it. And then when he gets confronted on his take, lo and behold, he actually doesn't know a fucking thing about the thing he says that he cares so much about, right? Like we saw from the debate with Ethan and Hassan. Like, I don't know if anybody saw that, but like Hassan was completely caught off guard about how much Ethan really knew about this event, and he wasn't able to address really anything without heavily obfuscating and deflecting to other shit, because he knows he can't fucking answer the certain questions without it looking really fucking bad, right? Like, the same criticism could be held to the other side. But no, let's hold them to a pedestal. Let's hold them to a pedestal, despite the criticisms that we're making against Nick literally applied to them too.
video criticizing Hassan Piker and they will flock to you like you're the king of the Jews himself. Just don't give a positive opinion on anything gay.
Wait,
they love it when you just repeat the same thing over and over again. Just make a video criticizing Hassan Piker and they will flock to you like you're the king of the Jews himself. Just don't give a positive opinion on anything gay. Just don't say anything which a gay audience might applaud, and then boom.
Nick has openly said that he's like super pro-trans. He literally got into an argument with Tommy NC, or shot from the point, SFTP, right? He literally got into a fight and a fallout with Tommy because they disagreed over trans shit. Like, okay, yeah, that makes, yeah, you know what you're talking about. And to be fair, a lot of this is like super fucking niche things that are like really easy to miss, but I feel like if you're going to make a video like this, you should at least ask yourself before making the point in the video, is this wrong? How could this be wrong? How could this be easily proven wrong? And at least like dig into it a little bit, right? Like calling Nicholas deorio saying Nicholas deorio is held at a pedestal and that no one wants to criticize him because he's just mindlessly repeating talking points and he's not soy and he's not gay and he's not lib. It's just fucking stupid. It's just dumb. I've literally heard Nick give pro-trans talking points multiple fucking times throughout the past fucking year. Like, no, this is just stupid. This is fucking dumb. And this also doesn't make any fucking sense too, because he was also buddy-buddy with fucking Destiny before that whole fucking shit blew up, right? So I don't understand how we're going to criticize Nick and say, like, Nick is actually a right-wing grifter, or like that's kind of the implication that I'm getting from this criticism, that he's a right-wing grifter and then he's not soy and he's fucking epic, but he says soy shit all the fucking time. Is Toki Boss in trouble for what? What did Toki do?
Now it's okay to be a soylent-riddled, unoriginal fucking pussy. Am I claiming there's a problem of homophobia in the commentary community? No, because I don't think this type of selective criticism is an explicit and conscious act done out of malice towards
the LGBT community.
Everybody has biases against people they think are freaks and towards people they find relatable. Whether
Toki's boss? Oh, Aiden? I have no idea. I'm honestly not following that at all.
Everybody has biases against people they think are freaks and towards people they find relatable. Whether
Isn't Nick friends with Rags? Like, Rags is literally like a furry. Like what? I get this shit just doesn't make any sense. If you just, and I'm not like the biggest Nicholas deorio fan. I do like his slop content, but like Nick literally has me blocked on Twitter and blocked from commenting on his fucking live stream chat. Like he obviously does not fucking like me, but it's just, there are like so many things that Nick has done and so many people that Nick is associated with that this criticism just doesn't make any fucking sense at all. I feel like this guy is just making rage bait. Probably. This might be just pandering. I mean, what are the comments like? Oh wait, I've been tricked into great. I've been watching. I can't fucking read, dude. I've been tricked into watching another white guy essay on video on Israel. Does he actually go into it? No, I feel like no. He's pretty focused on the Nick shit. No, this is wrong actually. Vaxxed. I mean, to be okay, it does seem okay. This kind of happened to me when I made my fucking stupid fucking Augie video. It seems like yeah, the Nick stands have found this video. They discovered this video. This good wicked BBs. Yeah, he's just completely getting like. What are some actual is people like actually criticizing? What in the slop? Vaxxed. The lisp. The lisp deorio. Also happy February. Yeah. Happy Pride. Also, I got like a little I wanted to do like a more focused video on the Andy Pants shit. Because dude, the lying and the sweeping for Andy Pants is just absolutely fucking absurd. So I'm gonna be editing that tonight. Beacon BB is good news. Is this a spoof? Close enough. Welcome back, Leafy. I love how you re-uploaded this with no changes. Seems like the comments. Wait, what? It got taken down for TOS. Oh, because he said fag? Okay, I mean, fair enough.
you personally on average find
The LGBT community.
Speaking of short shit, yeah, because I still have work.
be the freaks is for you to figure out with yourself. But eventually you people will have to make a choice. You can either acknowledge your bias and try to be more objective, or you can own the fact that you're biased and continue to be biased with the comfort of knowing that you're not a totally
I feel like he's been open, like, yeah, I don't know anything about this Israel-Palestine conflict. I mean, he very easily could just literally repeat Ethan's talking points, but he hasn't. Like, in regards to the Israel-Palestine stuff, he hasn't. Because he's like, well, I don't know. I don't know anything. Like, I mean, that's more transparent than most fucking commentary slop channels. So give him credit, dude, all right?
clueless waste of a human being. But you got me fucked up if you think Nick and Boblacks aren't the exact same. Moronic.
Like, I don't know. In what way? In what fucking... I don't get it. In what fucking way? Because I was... Maybe... I don't know. Can he please elaborate? Like, I don't understand how the fuck they are similar.
Visually unappealing social outcasts for...
Okay. Because Boblacks is AGP or something, and Nick is fat? That's how they're similar?
Desperate for a circle to approve of them, and...
Maybe that applies to Nick, because he does... I have noticed that, like, he was hopping up on fucking Destiny last year, and now because Destiny's fucked up, he's hopped off, and now he's hopped on fucking Ethan, right? So it does feel like he is, like, at least an orbiter. He's at least, like, a dedicated orbiter of other people, you know? So I guess, I don't know. But it's, like, kind of weak. Probably would spend 1 hour explaining what a Jew is, yeah.
Endlessly spouting platitudes they think will get them that. The only difference is that Boblacks appeals to autistic
transgender people,
and Nicholas Deorio appeals to you.
We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
No, because they're compromised. That's what you didn't understand. They're
Oh my god, are we gonna give a hot take on this?
absolutely fucking compromised, and they think they think the bad side is right, Ethan. That's why you don't ask for their help.
Oh, so iDubbbz' silence means he's compromised. So are you willing to acknowledge you were compromised when you tried to sweep for Destiny live on stream?
Did he?
We should wrap this Destiny thing up, though, before we get completely clipped and we don't actually engage with the discussion and look like retards.
He's not shutting it down. He's saying, yeah, let's wrap it up.
I mean, what are we supposed to say? We don't really know what went on.
Yeah, I guess
That seemed to be the fucking case at the time. Like, I don't fucking get it. There were definitely rumors. There were definitely rumors about the Pixie shit, but no one knew for fucking sure, right?
it's kind of
I'm like fairly certain, right?
the main thing. Is like I don't really know what's going on.
I mean,
but to be fair, I went back and
pretty
I watched
obvious.
the
It's pretty
clip.
obvious. Okay. Can we stop this fucking?
And then Chud's just willing to double down on it. But like I could totally see Nick's perspective that like I don't want to double down on this and then have it happen to blow up in my face, right? So I'm just going to wait until things come out, which is like totally a fair, reasonable stance. Chud doesn't give a fuck about that because, well, to be fair, because Chud. We know now it was more privy to the background situation of Destiny's whole fucking shit than anybody else in this fucking call because Chud got into contact with Melina. But I don't understand how this is like a meaningful criticism of Nick.
Please.
Like, sure, he could have came out earlier. I mean, I guess hindsight's 2020. Like, now that we know, yeah, like the Pixie stuff was actually like way more fucked up than anybody fucking realized it was. I didn't even know Pixie was in the fucking leaks until like this fucking conversation, I think, right? Or I don't even know if Pixie was name drop or whatever the fuck. I think that was like January. But either way, I don't know. It's been a fucking hot minute, dude. It's been like literally 6 months. But I guess he could have came out earlier, but that's a gamble. That's a gamble. It's like how dare Nick didn't gamble his reputation and shoot from the hip when he didn't know the whole story. Like, I don't understand.
It's pretty fucking obvious what went on. Isn't it?
I mean, there's similarities to draw, but they're not really similar as the guy making it seems, yeah.
Okay, you know what? No, wait. Okay.
Can I just say a thing, please? So the problem that I have with that one video with the Melina stuff is I went back because I didn't trust a random Reddit post with a 30-second clip that was clipped from multiple live streams. So I went back and I downloaded the full context to every single clip that was used. So I have like a 2-minute version of every 15
Are you talking about the
clip
clip from her stream that was posted to Reddit?
There was 3 different live streams that were posted to Reddit, and the clip was cut up from like 6 different points into the stream and stitched together. So like the people are pointing to one clip where she goes, "That's not consensual, and we're not going to talk about that, and I'm going to ban you," in context with all the other stuff. It sounded like to me, for that one specific clip, she was referring to the stuff from the Leafy thing.
I feel like I've seen this clip like 50,000 times.
Where people had revenge porn of her or whatever, or like content that
Make
wasn't
the point!
actually her,
Come on!
and it was being shared around. That's what I got from that. But people were connecting that clip to the other clip. This is what I've been trying to... I wasn't sure, so I think Melina should give a more clear and concise statement. If
I cannot wait to hear how this is just a grossly fucking horrific thing to do.
she wants to even put this thing out.
I cannot
This is
wait.
a very strenuous situation. I don't like covering things when I already know all the answers, because then when I
And this call, if I recall, was in December. Right? I could be wrong, but like this was in December.
speculate, I'm lying.
That he had with President Sunday.
Creators are actively participating in this gas.
Wait, we're not gonna wait. What? But wait, why are we now? We're on the what? What was the point of playing the clip before? What the fuck?
Gaslighting to make it seem like
And now, in response to this rant by Ethan,
Wait, how was that sweeping? He's gonna elaborate, guys. He's gonna elaborate.
you chose to then actively participate in this gaslight.
Remember how you tried to gaslight Chud Logic, calling him Mr. Girl and shit?
What sort of response do you get when you issue, like, I don't know, like a little criticism of Destiny, or you got a little disagreement? What sort of response you tend to get from that community? Would you say?
Me?
Yeah.
Wait, no, he didn't elaborate. Wait, how was the other clip sweeping?
It's not great sometimes. Sometimes it's fine. Sometimes it's
I'm
not
sorry,
great.
I don't care, Mr. Girl. DGG is not nearly as autistic
It's a joke.
as fucking Dark
Oh my
Viper's
god,
fan
look
base.
at this classic tactic
I'm
of
sorry.
It's a joke.
You disagree?
Make it
You
sound
disagree?
like I'm Mr. Girl.
So why should we assume that you're not compromised when covering Ethan? It would be really horrible if Ethan did something unforgivable right now that
Wait, I'm sorry. What? Okay.
you knew about and no one else did, wouldn't it,
What?
Nick? That would threaten your entire position. Because if you came out about something like that, suddenly you wouldn't even be thinking that the bad side is right. You wouldn't have a side at all, would you? I think that terrifies this guy more than anything. So you can keep cheering on the harassment and hate iDubbbz will receive whenever he goes against the grain. At least iDubbbz has the balls to go against the grain in the first place. Because you have provably demonstrated that
Is he going against the grain? It seems like he was very ingrained into like the lefty fucking Twitch poll sphere for like a while now. Is he going against the grain? It seems like he's just doubling down on a side that he was already on, like for the past like few years. Like I don't know if that's going against the grain. It seems like he's planting his flag, so to speak, right? I don't know. It's not really going against the grain. It's just more so this. I'm going to stand with these people because they seem cooler or whatever.
you never will. Nick also finds it horrible.
Because like, I highly doubt he's taking the side of Twitch poll people because he knows a fucking thing about the Israel-Palestine conflict. And if I recall correctly, in his content cop, he even explicitly says that I'm just a goofy guy. I don't know a fucking thing about this conflict. Why don't you, Ethan, just blindly take Hassan's word for it? Why are you questioning him? You're a goofy guy and I'm a goofy guy. Why don't you just blindly take Hassan's word for it? So that seems to imply that that's what Ian has done. So he doesn't know a fucking thing. He doesn't know a fucking actual thing about this conflict at all.
That iDubbbz stayed quiet when CPS was
He took the side because his wife did. Yeah, most likely.
called to Ethan's house. This is so cowardly.
Wait, what happened?
The grain in the first place, because you have provably demonstrated that you never will. Nick also finds it horrible.
Wait, okay, yeah, no, what the fuck did Ethan do that was so horrible?
That iDubbbz stayed quiet when CPS was called to Ethan's house. This is so cowardly. Your friend is being harassed.
It is, I mean, it is coward. It's cowardly to not show any support whatsoever. I think demanding Ian make a public statement was fucking stupid, but the fact that Ian wasn't willing to show literally any fucking sympathy at all in the moment, that is fucking crazy. That is crazy. Coming from the guy who's known the dude who's being harassed for several fucking years now and buddy with. And Ethan has gone above and beyond to help iDubbbz with so many fucking different things. That is fucking crazy that he didn't show any support at all.
And you're staying quiet? What a pussy thing to do.
Yeah, that is a pussy thing to do.
You're a
Because
cowardly
they had-
fucking pussy if you keep following someone that you don't like anymore, specifically because you're afraid they're gonna take it offensively. Like,
Well, let's be well. In hindsight, now it really seems like he was just in it for the clout. I think.
Dude, how pathetic are you? You're worried about the
Ethan's use as an ally just ran its course and was starting to become detrimental because he was friends with the Twitch Bowl people. So he decided to just burn Ethan and plant his flag.
Discourse of
that just makes the most sense to me.
Following someone you don't agree with on Twitter anymore. And you're making a YouTube video criticizing.
Because why else would you get so heavily involved in this fucking shit? Why the hell else would you fucking do this? Like, Ian sitting here acting like he was forced to be involved in this situation is just a fucking lie. Like, he already addressed Ethan's fucking comments about Ian on his podcast. He already addressed it. It was already resolved. Ian announced his content cop and people were speculating that it was someone completely different than Ethan. Like, he literally did not need to involve himself. That stuff was going to move on.
Somebody.
Not only does Nick not at all engage with what iDubbbz is actually saying here, but he has the audacity to posture about iDubbbz.
Well, I don't know. You kind of clipped. Like, I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and watch. Maybe he wasn't listening to what I feel like he was addressing literally exactly what he's saying.
His supposed cowardice for refusing to disassociate with his former editor.
And if this guy ever grows a spine and criticizes anything, they'll start pulling up the iDubbbz 10-minute N-word compilation. It will be fucking hilarious when this happens to him. All it takes is one issue that you care about, that these people disagree with, then you're crazy, then you're unhinged, then you're freaking out, then your pain is no longer justified, then the things that happen to you aren't really happening, they're all in your head, and all this stuff that you've been doing for this entire time has been like against the narrative that you set out to be the person that you wanted to be, and oh my god, it'll be glorious when it happens to him.
Who are you to be so giddy about the prospect of iDubbbz receiving harassment? You have
I love this word. This word fucking means nothing. It's 2025 and the word harassment fucking means nothing to people. How are you going to equate iDubbbz being bullied on the internet by random accounts that he could just ignore and block versus Ethan having skulls sent to his fucking house and CPS called on his family? That is like that is harassment. When you start fucking with people's real life, that's fucking harassment, okay? What has iDubbbz faced? Like, it's just literally just people scrutinizing him, scrutinizing the things that he's saying and doing. That is not harassment. It's not harassment to criticize people. This is fucking stupid, dude. Recent community post on AnyPants, yeah.
All people.
He's still spiraling.
You were shaking in your boots at the mere thought of backlash.
And I haven't really been able to talk about this with anybody because I'm at like a fucking, it's a huge risk to even discuss it. Because this guy's got such a...
We're like rubber banding from like so many different dramas. And I feel like you need to stick to one at a time. Like, these are my criticisms of Nick in the Destiny drama. And then these are my criticisms of Nick in the Ethan drama, right? Like, we're rubber banding back and forth to all these different fucking things. It's a little bit much to like just be spammed with a bunch of clips from different fucking dramas, Nick giving different takes on different dramas and trying to say like these are the same thing when I'm like listening to what he's saying. It's like, it seems like he's just playing it cautious. Like, is the criticism that he's playing it cautious because he doesn't know the whole situation? Is that the criticism? I don't get it. That does not sound like the criticism that you're giving. The question or criticism equals harassment. It's just a spineless outlook. Yeah, it's just lazy. It's just lazy. It's like, well, I'm going to write off Nick's criticisms of iDubbbz as harassment, so I don't have to actually contend with it at all. Yeah, it's just cowardly, really.
Chokehold over.
I'm sorry. Like, I hope he thinks that iDubbbz isn't above criticism. I hope you think he isn't, because there definitely are valid criticisms for iDubbbz, especially with recent things come to light, right? Like, what got found out recently is just actually inexcusable.
Community.
For what? Speaking out against the third most relevant political streamer sex pest?
So, I mean,
he didn't know the full fucking situation. He didn't know the whole story. What do you want him to fucking do? You want him to speak on behalf of the of Pixie? Is that what you wanted? She wasn't even ready to come out yet. And if anything, Pixie was seemingly getting ready to move on until Beckett and fucking whatchamacallit? well, more specifically, it was President Sunday, until President Sunday made her come out with all the fucking shit, right? But it seemed like no one gave a fuck about what Pixie actually wanted, and people just wanted to use this as an excuse to want to attack Destiny. It's like, it's actually perfectly reasonable that Nick stayed out of this fucking shit and just let Pixie do it her way, right? Because she is ultimately the person that needs to come out with that information if anybody's going to speak on it, right? Which is another thing I forgot. This call was happening way before Pixie ever fucking made a statement, right? Like, let me point that out specifically. He is asking Nick to speak on behalf of someone who didn't even come out as a victim yet, who wasn't even publicly coming out. Well, I mean, we know now that they are a victim, but they didn't publicly come out with that yet. Nobody knew what the fuck Pixie was feeling. She was completely AWOL. And she was hard to get in contact with, right? Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. So what the fuck are you supposed to do in that situation other than wait? That is the most logical thing to do. I don't get it. Chad versus Gay Nazi was a great game. The greatness of all time. We need more games like that. Yeah, greatest game of all time.
Privately told everybody I'm completely distancing myself from this guy, waiting for this bomb to go off, but I don't want to be the one to fucking light it.
Please don't tell me your silence might have meant something.
So Prince,
what? That is not at all the same thing. That is not at all the same thing. It is not. Oh my god, bro. Comparing iDubbbz not defending Ethan for having CPS called on him is not the same thing as Nick not pulling the trigger on a fucking drama where the victim wasn't even ready to come out publicly yet. That is not the same thing. That is not the same fucking thing. Oh my god. Tectone's Court Docs? I haven't seen it.
Simply your concern is that you're going to take a pretty big financial / audience hit if you were to do
Well,
this.
I think
I hope Nick covers this fucking video and blows it to pieces. This is just so stupid. Someone like this making a video like this so recklessly, firing from the hip, you deserve to get torn the fuck up for it. You deserve to get torn the fuck up for it. And criticism. I feel, why do I have to specify that? Obviously, that's what I fucking mean. But apparently, dipshits like this don't fucking understand what actual fucking harassment is.
I think there's a genuine risk that I'm gonna get left out to dry here.
iDubbbz has already dealt with his audience turning on him. It's already happened several times. Remember the OnlyFans incident? I think we can safely say that if it happens again, it won't destroy him. And your gleeful anticipation is probably gonna result in you being very disappointed. You, on the other hand, could barely squeeze Destiny's worm jizz out of your own ass before you had to hop right back onto another cock. I salute and support anyone.
I mean, yeah, that kind of did happen. That kind of did happen. It's like, oh, Destiny got outed as a complete fucking freak who almost got a girl to kill herself because he couldn't keep private, intimate videos to himself and had to fucking leak it all around to just whoever the fuck he was talking to. Yeah, all right. I've had my fill of this fucking cock. Let me jump onto fucking Ethan's. That kind of did happen. That kind of did happen. I mean, dude, you go to Nick's fucking shit right now. It's literally just all Ethan. It's all Ethan. I mean, to be fair, he's also throwing in creator class shit or fucking. Like, it's just all Ethan Hassan. Oh, there's Jar. There was Jar for a second. Okay, no, there's Mama Max. A little bit of Mama Max, yeah. Ethan Hassan Destiny, Ethan Hassan Destiny, Ethan Hassan Destiny, Ethan Bo Blacks, Ethan Hassan Destiny, I'm Alex, Ethan Hassan Destiny. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
God-given right to shit on.
But I mean, like, it would be fucking stupid of him not to. I mean, again, look at these fucking, they're doing really fucking decent fucking views, right? And these are happening. These are like very frequent uploads. He's making decent fucking cash from this. Why wouldn't you do something so simple that's making you a decent amount of side cash? Why wouldn't you do this, right? I mean, it is shameless. It is completely fucking shameless. But, like, at the same time, like, I don't know. Some people just don't care. Some people just don't care.
On iDubbbz as much as you want. Shit on him.
Wait, so he's acknowledging that iDubbbz was wrong by not addressing Ethan indirectly? No, he's pointing out, he's insinuating that Nick is hypocritical for criticizing iDubbbz for staying silent when he was silent during the Destiny thing, which is like not the same thing at all. It is not the same situation, not even remotely at all. It is ridiculous to compare those two situations.
Make fun of him, rage at him, break him mentally so he starts saying the N-word again. I don't care.
Wait, what?
But if I were Nick, I would be very careful about throwing the coward allegations around right now, because no matter what can be...
I would say if this video was more focused on Nick gunt guarding Willie from criticism, I would have agreed. I would have agreed. I would have 100% agreed on that. That's one thing that I do think Nick needs to be fucking criticized on. He did gunt guard Willie. Willie's first video on Destiny fucking sucked. It wasn't as good. Well, it sucked in the sense that in terms of what I expect a Willie Mac video to do, it did not meet those standards. It did not meet those standards. And Willie's videos are usually pretty good and thorough. And the first Destiny video did not meet those expectations at all. He should have interviewed the relevant people, the relevant parties. He should have actually fully looked into the situation before publishing the fucking video. Because even on his and I say this because Willie was on Half Baked with Nick and Tom and Vega, and they were talking about the Destiny stuff as Willie was making the video, and it seemed like he didn't even know who the fuck Cherry was. Or no, he didn't know who Lauren De Laguna was. I'm like, wait, how are you following this situation? You don't know who Lauren De Laguna is, right? Now, granted, I didn't know who Lauren was prior to this drama or situation, but it is very clearly he thought Lauren De Laguna was Lauren Southern, right? Like, that's kind of ridiculous, right? For him to be in the middle of making this video and not have known that. But yeah, like Willie 100% deserved criticism for that, and Nick kind of gunt guarded him, honestly.
Said about iDubbbz, a lot fucking worse can be said about you, buddy. You openly lied on
Lio moment
stream to try and shut Chud Logic down when
Dude, I really want to get into the ACC stuff. Honestly, I really want to get into the ACC stuff. That whole fucking shit is insane. But like, the only good way to get a full grasp of the ACC drama, I shit you not, and this is the thing that everyone is this is the thing that Beckett recommends, Chris recommends, and so many other people recommend, is you got to watch a 9-hour fucking video to understand the basics of the major ACC dramas that have happened recently. Like, what the fuck? I almost want to say I do want to do it just because I want to make a video on Doodle Tones. I want to make a video on Doodle Tones, dude. I want to make a video on Doodle Tones, bro. Oh my god, what a complete fucking bitch, dude. I really want to do it, but either way.
Was being critical of Destiny.
It sounded like to me,
it's just there's so many glup shittos. I know who Doodle Tones is. That part's easy enough, but like there's so many other people, like the George guy and fucking Heaton and Nezzy Monster and fucking blah blah blah. Like there's so many different parties that I need to fully familiarize myself with before I make that fucking video.
For that one specific clip, she was referring to the stuff from the Leafy thing where people had revenge porn of her or whatever, or like content that wasn't actually her.
But he wasn't trying to shut down Chud. He was perfectly willing to let the conversation go on as is. He was just making sure to specify throughout the fucking conversation that, hey, we don't know the whole fucking story. I don't know the whole fucking story. Chud knows more than I do, and he's not allowed to fucking talk about it. But as it stands, I don't know enough about the situation, and I don't want to pull the trigger on it, right? Like, and that is just, I don't understand how that's not fair.
And it was being shared around.
It seems like this guy isn't willing to contend with that. He's actually, ironically enough, he criticized Nick for doing this. He's not willing to hear out what Nick's arguments actually are, and he's just saying, well, you're not talking about it. It's like, okay, do you know why he's not talking about it? Because the reason why he's not talking about it is like actually very valid. 9 hours is crazy. There's got to be a shorter, comprehensive video. That's what I want to do. I would like to make a shorter, comprehensive video on the ACC stuff, but holy fuck, dude, there is like no easy way. There's no easy way. Here's the thing. I think I need to get into contact with Beckett, but I don't. Here's the thing. I don't want to worm. I don't want to feel like I'm worming my way. I don't know. It feels unbecoming, right? To be like, hey Beckett, can you give me information? Like, I don't know. It's fucking stupid. I don't want to do that.
That's what I got from that. But people were...
It just feels... I don't know. I could, and I'm sure Beckett probably wouldn't give a fuck. But... Or Chris. Beckett probably wouldn't mind. Yeah. But it's just... I don't know. It feels weird. It feels weird. It's like, oh my... I watch his fucking streams and shit like that, and I'm active in his chat, and it would be weird if like from his perspective, a random chatter reaches out and like, hey, I want to make a video on this drama. Can you give me the inside scoop? Can you help me work on this video? And it's like, he probably has enough on his fucking plate. Why not? I mean, that's why, because I don't want to feel like I'm inserting myself into like the anti-ACC drama community. I don't want to feel, I don't know. I want it to be natural. I want it to be like a natural, like I want to be able to do this on my own and make this video and have that video get attention, and maybe that would be like the rite of passage, so to speak. It's like, okay, like this guy does know what the fuck he's talking about, whatever the fuck he makes an entertaining or informative video, whatever, you know. I want it to be more natural. I don't want to like sort of insert myself into the community. I don't know that I could do that and probably nobody would care, but it's just I don't know. I'm weird like that. Like for me, I don't like getting gifts. Right? I don't know why. I don't like receiving like gifts or anything. I saw Himpleton reaction to your Creeps and Poxes video. I heard he did. He said he wanted to ask me questions, and it's just like, okay, like you could just ask me the questions. I don't need to like show up on your live stream. Just ask me questions.
Connecting that clip to the other clip. This is what I've been trying to.
He like added me on Twitter.
I don't like covering things when I already know all the answers, because then when I speculate, I'm lying.
Only to confess to President Sunday that you were terrified of Destiny's audience.
And I haven't really been able to talk about this with anybody because I'm at like a fucking. It's a huge risk.
I mean, I suppose when you point that out, I can kind of see the similarity between Nick and his criticisms of Ian. Sure, I could kind of. I mean, there's like a thread. There's a thread there, but it's not strong
to even discuss it. Because this guy's got such a chokehold over his community.
And you know what? On its face, I don't even really care about the sweeping or the choice to say silent.
Wait, what?
There's one thing I can't stand with these commentary freaks. It's their selective pearl clutching when someone acts in their own self-interest. This happens constantly. They're all perfectly...
This is a more reasonable point. I could kind of see this. I want to hear how he argues it, but I could totally see this being a reasonable argument.
Capable of recognizing how creators will act in their own self-interest when it's a creator they want to see succeed. If you choose to opt...
I could kind of see that. I would need to think about specifically what scenario exactly this could be applied to, but I feel like that has happened before. I feel like there have been an instance where someone acted selfishly and no one gave a fuck.
On this platform with your self-interest as your main priority. You will be seen as an asshole at some point, sure, but you still have the right to do that, and as long as you don't care about being seen as an asshole, you're fine. I don't believe in morally condemning people for prioritizing self-preservation and personal gain over sticking their necks out for others. There might be some...
And that's generally why I don't think, like, saying Ian needs to make a public statement. He didn't, right? Like, the demand of him to make a public statement. And I remember Nick saying that. He was demanding Ian make a public statement about the CPS shit, which is just stupid. Like, and Willie was doing the same thing. There was a lot of people that were demanding IDubbbz make a public statement, which is fucking dumb. Yeah, this is a valid criticism. This is a valid criticism. He's just describing confirmation bias. Kinda. Tendency to search or interpret favor and recall information in a way that confirms or supports, I guess.
Exceptions to that, but generally, you're not in other people's shoes. You can't say whether you'd be strong enough to do things differently than they did. But what you can't do...
This is like a way more reasonable point than like everything else.
...is act in your own self-interest and then shit on other people for doing the same fucking thing. This is the crux of my issue with Ethan's demands that IDubbbz speak out. And it's at the heart of why Nick, by all rights, should be getting crucified for this. Because Nick...
Crucified? I mean, it's hyperbole.
Nicholas put his own career first when it came to Destiny's sex abuse scandal, but God forbid IDubbbz put his own career first. And
well, hold on, because hold on. This is starting to fall apart for me now, because after the information came out, Nick was all on board on fuck Destiny, all on board in that shit, right? Because it was just Destiny's actions were completely inexcusable. Completely fucking utterly inexcusable, and the fact he was trying to justify it and trying to sweep it under the fucking rug is just disgusting. But like, no, yeah, this is starting to fall apart, right? Because like it was within Nick's self-interest that he wanted to stay silent on the Destiny's shit before any information was made public about it. Sure, but it's also completely reasonable because it's like, it's the victim's story. It's not your story. The victim has to come out. Well, also Cherry was also a victim, but Pixie had to come out. Pixie had to have came out. It just doesn't make any sense why you would speak on behalf of a victim who wasn't ready to come out at the moment, right? Bro had us in the first half, yeah.
Ethan Klein's dog shit scandal time and time.
What did Himpleton even say? Because I know, listen, I know the intro is bad. I know the intro is bad, but for the actual bulk of the video, like that's what I'm more interested in when people are watching my Creasing Pasta video. Like what do people think about past the 16-minute mark, past the shitty little fucking ARG dumb fucking bullshit? What past that? What about this information, right? Like, what about the presentation or whatever?
Time again, this happens. You would think that after being outed as a total fucking bitch in the Destiny saga, this lip-flapping lardball wouldn't be so quick to call someone else a coward. But no, he got right to business finding another creator that he could latch onto. And nobody says anything because he knows
Simple privated his streams, though.
Exactly what to say.
He said he wanted to ask me questions on fucking Twitter, and I just told him to just ask it.
Say so that the lower half of the midwit community will continue to spend money on him. You just earned yourself another goal.
How pathetic are you?
Nicholas Diorio.
What? What was that?
Earned yourself another goal.
How pathetic are you?
What the fuck is this about?
Nicholas Diorio thinks cartoon depictions of a child getting raped by a horse is worse than a government blowing up thousands of real children over.
What? No! Oh my god, that one comment was right. Fuck! Yeah, great. I was tricked into another white guy video essay on Palestine. Fuck! Oh my god, dude.
Overseas. That's why he went so hard on Tipster for defending Vosh's tax folder, but has very little to say about Ethan's passive defenses of Israel. Now,
passive defensive is... He literally called Netanyahu a war criminal. Like, I don't... His passive defenses... It's just logic. Like, if a terrorist is going to commit a terrorist attack upon your nation and massacre 1,000 people, what's the response? What are you supposed to do in that situation? What the fuck are you supposed to do in that situation? Because apparently some retards think, oh, you should have dissolved the borders and give the terrorists what they wanted and let them inside your country. Why? The last time they got inside of our country, they killed 1,000 people. And sexually violated women's bodies. And decapitated children. Why would we let them in our country? What are you supposed to do? Like the thing, militant action is really the only fucking response at that point. Because the people of your country are going to want justice for what happened to them. That is just, whether or not you agree with it or not, that is just what happens. If a country gets a fucking terrorist attack, the country is going to go after the fucking terrorists. Okay?
Any of the fucking idiot.
Like that's essentially what Ethan was saying. It's like, what the fuck was the IDF supposed to do after October 7th? And some people dissolve the borders. No, that's retarded. Nobody would. Nobody, that is unrealistic. That is unrealistic as fuck. What the hell was supposed to happen, right? Like, sure, Israel should be prioritizing Palestinian civilian safety over attacking Hamas. They should be fucking doing that. And there are like legitimately genocidal maniacs that are a part of the IDF's fucking board of directors in terms of the conflict. But dude, like, I just... It's way easier to give an opinion on a simple, stupid internet drama versus trying to understand the multi-decade-long historical conflict between two nations. Like, I'm sorry. I don't blame Nicholas Diorio for having a stronger take on the Vosh Lali incident versus, like, Israel-Palestine, all right? Can we really blame him? Can we really blame him? This is stupid. This is so dumb. 95% of content is allergic to nuance and contextualizing. I mean, maybe I just watched the more competent ones. But no, yeah, I kind of see that, like, with like people like a Cheeto or some shit, or like Sensitive Society. Like, yeah, those people obviously don't fucking think too much.
in the comments who are going to say Ethan has said Israel is bad.
Dude, he's playing the same compilation, the good actions montage. Tipster genuinely believes you can say fucking anything as long as you say at the end, by the way, guys, I just want to make sure that everyone knows child porn is bad and lolly is bad. This guy could sit here and defend the pictures that fucking Shadman drew.
Dude, I really tried to help Tipster out here, bro. I think I think I was still technically in Tipster's court when Nick made this video, I think. I really tried. Man, I really tried to help him not do this.
As long as he puts a little defend Chris Tyson owning the pictures that Shadman drew. As long as he puts a little disclaimer at the end where he goes, oh, by the way, guys, lolly is bad, so you can't criticize my position on this take.
I've been hanging. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Tipster's chilled out. Well, actually, he's doing political stuff again. I don't know if anybody noticed. He's doing political shit again. Zelda trans shit? Yeah, he's doing segments again, which is like, I mean, good for you, dude. What is he doing?
W's, your you know, stuff like that. And you know, Chrysler 300 is a pretty nice.
Wait, there's no DVR?
Vehicle. It's a more affordable luxury vehicle, but it's a nice luxury vehicle nonetheless. And I used to be really
careful not to pull up any folders. Tipster. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I want to be nice to Tipster. Okay. I've kind of exhausted my hatred for Tipster. I don't really hate him anymore. I do think the sweeping for Kaffel, the continual sweeping for Kaffels is retarded as fuck. But it's like that's the only thing left to really dislike Tipster for, and I feel like that's just not enough. That's like not enough. So I don't really care. You can watch Tipster. I mean, I'm sure he gives like lukewarm political takes or whatever. You know, I mean, listen. In terms of political streamers, Tipster is a fucking saint. Okay, in terms of what is left of lefty political streamers, Tipster is a fucking saint. Okay.
At all whatsoever.
Vosh has also said pedophilia is bad, but that didn't stop Nick from accurately pointing out that simply citing your condemnations of something doesn't automatically erase.
Do you often reminisce on your Tipster bridge? I miss how like it. For the most part, me and Tipster would just like talk about fucking gaming shit and like speedrunning. Like, it was so simple. It was just like, yeah, Tipster's like chill fucking guy. And like, I was looking at people being mean to Tipster and like Bo Black's obsessing over Tipster. I'm like, man, fuck these people. Why do they have a problem with you, dude? Like, you're like really chill and just more or less minding your own business. Doing your political slop or whatever. Like, I mean, reminisce is like, I would get drunk and like show up in the VCs of that little lefty commentary Discord that Kelfels invited me to. And then Tipster would just always be there and join, and we would just hang out. And then sometimes Bunk would show up, but like, it was chill. It was super chill. BritTube was horrible PR for left-leaning people. 100%.
Everything else you've said.
Wow, I can't believe that Vosh isn't getting a round of applause for making the baseline normal take after he releases really weird, creepy
full on unk mode about cars. Okay, hold on. I need to pay attention to this.
As long as he puts a little defend Chris Tyson owning the pictures that Shadman drew. As long as he puts a little disclaimer at the end where he goes, oh, by the way, guys, lolly is bad, so you can't criticize my position on this take at all whatsoever.
Vosh has also said pedophilia is bad, but that didn't stop Nick from accurately pointing out that simply citing your condemnations of something doesn't automatically erase everything else you've said.
Wow, I can't believe that Vosh isn't getting a round of applause for making the baseline normal take after he releases really weird, creepy arguments for months. Like, that's crazy. Why aren't people talking more about the times where Vosh said child pornography is bad?
So I don't want to hear it. I don't give a shit if Ethan sometimes says Israel is bad. A pedophile can also say child porn is bad. That doesn't make him any less of a pedophile.
Yeah, guys, Nicholas Deorio needs to make a man channel video about why Israel is bad. He needs to establish his positions. He needs to grind out his moral axioms on this fucking political conflict that has literally zero impact on his life at all. And he needs to stop talking about simple, stupid internet drama and talk about and do research on highly complex, long-lasting, multi-decade-long political conflicts in the fucking desert. I agree.
Hassan has also said anti-Semitism is bad.
Maybe people should just stay in their fucking lane. You ever think about that? Maybe if someone doesn't have the patience for political things, that maybe they should just, you know, stay in their fucking lane and just talk about the drama. And sure, oftentimes, especially nowadays, Drama often does spring from political related things. Okay. I mean, we were talking about Tipster earlier. The main reason why Tipster defended Vosh was because Vosh was a lefty. Okay. And people felt like, well, Vosh is a lefty. I need to defend him because I'm sides cocked. But you don't need to talk about Vosh's political takes, like, at all, to criticize him for his actions, right? Just like how you could talk about the Ethan Hassan drama and not have to go into the Israel-Palestine conflict, okay? Because that is, like, so and entirely subtextual to the actual things that are going on with this situation, right? I'm sure Ethan and Hassan, like, I mean, we've seen it. They disagree on the conflict in terms of literally one aspect, and whether or not do you support Hamas or not. That is where they disagree on. Okay? I don't know if that's enough to warrant having skulls sent to his fucking house, having CPS called on him, and having friends backstab him in the fucking back. Okay, well, it's a backstab. But point being.
But that doesn't stop people from criticizing him as a Jew hater. If there's one thing the commentary community loves to hate on, it's pedophiles.
He really lives this. He really likes this fucking looping gif of Nick eating fucking banana pudding.
And so anytime someone is pedophile coded, it's open season to go as hard as you want on them and anyone who follows or defends them. Maybe this has something to do with the fact that,
or I guess this is key lime. No, it's not key lime. I don't know what the fuck he's eating, dude.
Pedophiles are consistently and
most political wonks on both sides are fucking nuts. There's no objectivity. It's just emotional rage. It's just sides cucked. It's just sides cuckery. Like that. Like even now, the main reason why a lot of people still support Destiny is literally just because, well, Trump is in office. Like, unironically, that's the opinion. Like, that's why people still support Destiny. It's like because, well, Trump's in office.
Universally hated by all, and hating on them looks really good. Pedophiles are bad is one of those very safe takes we can give, and nobody will care if you press people on why they're being too soft on.
Wait, are we gonna talk about the Mama Max thing then? Because I feel like Nick was like heavily critical of Max, despite his stance literally being pedophiles are bad.
Pedophiles. Historically.
Well, I mean, he could say pedophile. Well, Max can say pedophiles are bad, but his actions like just enable pedophiles to get away with it, basically. But
however, the same cannot be said for genocide. Not while they're actually,
which is kind of what the criticism was.
Actually happening. That is, it's always safer to be against genocide after all the people are dead. Bro. That way, you don't risk upsetting anyone you could benefit from in the here and now. Never let any of these grifting shit stains try and tell you that they care about kids getting hurt, whether it's through lolly or genocide. They care about looking good in the public eye. That's it. Because no matter how.
Maybe it's easier to understand why sexualizing children is fucked up and wrong, and having to understand a complex political conflict is harder, and people don't have the patience to understand. And that's probably why Nick doesn't have a very, very strong take on the conflict.
Disgusting Vosh's tax folder was, and no matter how creepy and weird both Tipster and
but is an angel compared to Bush Jr.? Probably.
Heffels have been for defending it. The harsh reality is that Israel's actions in Palestine.
Oh my god, dude. And I feel like this is the crux of why this video was made. Is literally because this guy is just a fucking Hassan cock.
Whether it's through lolly or genocide. They care about looking good in the public eye. That's it. Because no matter how disgusting Vosh's tax folder.
Because how can you talk about the Israel-Palestine stuff and not address at all the fact that people are being radicalized into supporting child-killing terrorists? Like, how do you contend with that? Let's hear it. I want to hear it. No, I love it. Okay, so we want to talk about Israel fucking Palestine, and we want to harp on about Israel bad, Israel bad, Israel bad, Israel bad. Okay, what about Hamas? What about October 7th? Was that justified? Do you think it's justified to decapitate 17-year-old girls, put their heads on pikes, and parade it down a fucking city? What about that? Let's talk about that. You want to talk about the fucking conflict? I hate people like this so fucking much, dude. Because they will talk about one aspect about the conflict and nothing else. They will address nothing else. They will just hyper focus on the crimes and fucking immoral actions and genocidal actions of the IDF, but not spend a fucking minute actually condemning Hamas and, a matter of fact, emboldening them, defending them, propagandizing for them and sweeping for them and radicalizing people, normal people, into supporting them, their fucking psychotic shit. You're also a part of the problem, you stupid fuck. God, I hate these people.
And no matter how creepy and weak.
Because, and I say this, you're a part of the problem because the fact that you, like, okay, people's opinions about this conflict in the West ultimately isn't going to have too much of an impact, I feel, on how this conflict ultimately plays out. But holy fuck, it is annoying to see people just harp on about one specific portion of this conflict and refuse to address the other side. It is so fucking annoying. Because some of that support trickles down to Hamas, and it does embolden them. And Houthis and fucking Hezbollah. It does embolden those fucking psychopaths, right? And it's just, you can't sit there and say IDF bad because genocide, but like no criticism at all for Hamas. Like, it's ridiculous.
Both Tipster and Keffels have been for defending it. The harsh reality is that Israel's actions in Palestine have done immeasurably more damage to real children.
I feel like the Gaza Strip would not be in the state that it currently is in had Hamas not have conducted the terrorist attack. True or false?
With parents and siblings than any cartoon horse ever had.
Maybe if they had, maybe if Hamas did an appropriate fucking aggressive political protest of sorts, or even, let's say, they attacked the IDF directly, I would be infinitely more okay with that. I would be infinitely more okay if Hamas attacked the IDF specifically, and they attacked, IDF bases, and they attacked IDF soldiers. That makes sense to me. If their goal was to bring justice to Palestine, that would make sense. That would make so much fucking sense to me. You can never justify the killings of legitimately innocent people who have nothing to do with the conflict at all, other than existing within the borders of a fucking country. It's so stupid. Thoughts on people saying that the UN should step in and force a one-state solution and force Israel and Palestine to coexist? Wait, should step in and enforce a one-state solution and force Israelis and Palestinians to coexist? In the current state that it's in, dude, there would need to be a de-radicalization process of both Israelis and Palestinians. I'm noticing from what I'm hearing, and I need to look into this. I honestly fucking don't. But like, if this is going to be a continual thing that's being brought up, I at least want to like counter dipshits like this fucking guy who obviously don't give a fuck about the situation. Now, to be clear, I don't give a whole fuck about the situation. I give a fuck enough to know the baseline of this conflict and know both sides of the fucking argument. But I've noticed that Israelis have been radicalized into supporting the IDF's actions, and that's bad, and that needs to change before Palestinians coexist with Israelis within the nation's borders. And Palestinians need to be de-radicalized, right? But I'm also hearing that Palestinian civilians are realizing that Hamas and Houthis and fucking Hezbollah don't actually give a fuck if they die. They're starting to starting to realize that, wait, hold on. You say you are doing this for our liberation from our oppressors, yet you are constantly putting us within the lines of conflict. You are putting us in front of conflict. You are launching rockets and missiles near hospitals and schools, putting our children in danger, putting our families in danger. And some Palestinians are out there. And I think this was brought up in the Ethan Hassan debate, that there are Palestinians that were currently at the time protesting Hamas. They were actively like saying, hey, wait, these guys don't actually give a fuck about us. They're putting us in danger, right? The whole reason why our whole fucking city in Gaza has been fucking destroyed was because of Hamas's actions. And if that had never happened, like, sure, the apartheid that we were living under before then was shit, right? It was shit. It was awful. But there was room for it to get better, and Hamas made it worse. Hamas's actions made the whole situation worse. And now everyone's so radicalized, everyone is so fucking heated, and people want to go at each other's fucking throats. And there is no room for any fucking actual solution that doesn't result in bloodshed, right? So both sides need to be de-radicalized before you see any sort of like one-state solution where both sides can coexist, I feel.
But Lolly looks worse. If Ethan was caught with
Lolly, it's way easier to condemn Lolly than it is to fucking... So stupid.
Lolly on his computer, Nick would drop him faster than if Ethan personally launched a rocket into a Yemeni orphanage tomorrow. Ultimate rape review? Are you fucking serious? You didn't even...
Oh my god, dude. Oh.
try to hide it. I've seen India come up with better knockoffs than this shit. And then you stole the Wiggler too. I don't care if
He stole the Wiggler. He culturally appropriated the Wiggler from Keffels. How fucked up, dude.
it originally came from Keffels. These two look nothing alike, but
okay.
These two, you're an unoriginal hack. The only bits you have are stolen. What the hell, man? You can't help it. You just have to get your fat, greasy sausages on
Okay.
on other people's creative jokes. Even your dono sounds are all just other streamers saying your name because it proves that you know them. Right? Wow, what amazing prospects. Take it from this Nick guy. iDubbbz should definitely step up and help his friend out. Just like how Nicholas stepped up and helped Chud Logic pick up the slack after he stopped orbiting Destiny.
And he was put in a position where he can either eat shit and be hated by that community and lose a huge percentage of his audience, to the point where I had to pick up the other half of the slack and like help him out, right, to keep him afloat.
Nick the helping hand. I guess you can say Chud Logic is a Nick orbiter now. Not because Chud Logic hog rides Nick the way Nick hog rides Ethan.
Does he? I feel like wait, when was this? 3 days ago? I mean, he says it's like a re-upload, but I feel like Chud was like shitting on Nick for bouncing up and down on fucking Ethan's dick. Like,
but because Nick is so fat, he has his own gravitational pull. I think Nick molesting everything funny.
That's all made by Hellbent. Yeah.
That's small.
I kind of somewhat know about the situation. I didn't watch the Twitter fucking space thing, dude. I almost don't want to care. I don't want to get sucked back into that fucking community, dude. I don't want to get sucked back in, dude. Because like, number one, I don't fucking benefit from it. Number fucking two, sometimes it just gets old. Sometimes it just gets old. Not what's happening now is a little interesting. The fucking Hellbent shit. What's happening now is a little bit interesting, but it's not enough to drag me back, dude.
Other creators come up with is by far the worst sin of them all. You're the ultimate raped, Nick. You hog ride.
Damn, he's the rape.
Both larger and smaller creators than yourself, and you steal their bits.
That's true. No, he does do that. No, Nick does do that, dude.
It's because it makes you look like you're chummy with all these guys who you know. I don't give a fuck if these creators are okay with.
I genuinely hope Nick does watch this because there are like really stupid criticisms in this video. I mean, most of them are stupid, fucking uninformed, retarded opinions, but there are a few nuggets in here that do hit. It's like, you know, yeah, you do that. You are kind of unoriginal.
You stealing their,
which I guess like is I mean it's a criticism, but I think Nick would just take it on the chin and be like, yeah, I know, I'm a slop tuber, I know, I'm not making anything highbrow. I don't do that shit anymore. I don't spend months and months and months on end researching drama and making prepared fucking highly edited video essays about dumb internet drama. I just stream and chip it up and clip it up and fucking throw it up, you know.
Bits. I am not okay with it, and this is my video. Fuck you. I hate this guy.
Cool. I am gold. Jackson's ghost failing career. This guy's funny. What is his channel even? Wait, what? H3's response turned me against him. Wait, so only a month ago? Wait, he was pro Ethan only a month ago? This mistake caused iDubbbz everything? Wait, did this guy change his opinion like over the course of a month? like over the course of a month, he radically changed his opinion about these creators that he's talking about? Loves rape, loves genocide. That's a good thumbnail. Why does it only have... It's an hour long? I'm not watching that shit, dude. Fucking hell, dude.
Nicholas deorio.
Dude. Okay, so this is what I was talking about before. Holy fuck, dude. This fucking video right here. The FCK maximum, ACC's 4-year failure. It's 9 fucking hours long, and it covers everything. It covers everything, but it's 9 fucking hours long. And I hate that, like, if I want to make a video on doodle tones, I have to watch this fucking shit, and I have to understand all these little fucking characters, bro. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it that I have to do this. There's no easy way to do this, dude. I mean, but again, I could just reach out to Becca and be like, "Hey, Becca, can you give me the cliff notes of the ACC drama? Because I just want to make a video shitting on doodle tones, because it's just fuck this actual human waste person." But it's just there's like so many fucking, and it's not only that. No, it gets fucking worse, bro. It gets worse. It's not just a 9-hour fucking video. It gets fucking worse. Look at this fucking dumb ass shit. I also gotta watch this 5-hour long video of just voice calls of people like, I shit you not, finger wagging and lecturing doodle tones. Now, granted, there's a few funny nuggets in this shit, but I have to watch that too. And oh my god, kill me, dude. I kind of do. You should make it comprehensive, but that's a lot of research. What I want to do is, because I feel like no one has done this yet, and apparently there is someone who's Thuman. This Thuman person. This person is making a video on the FCK shit, right? And the FCK shit is fucking insane. From what I know from the surface, I could try and explain it in case anybody doesn't know. But it's like the FCK is basically this Discord server that was formed for a bunch of like art commentary people like this to join in and gossip about drama or whatever the fuck. On the surface, that's what it was about. But deep down inside, it was like all these like elitist art commentary people that were all organizing like actual fucking slander campaigns against Akumu. Against this guy Akumu. They were heavily going after this fucking guy Akumu. Shut up, Lyle! God. Okay. Akumu. Against this guy Akumu, because he's sort of like a chuddy guy. He's a chuddy guy. He's anti-ACC. He criticized this person named this person. Fuck, I forgot who he criticized. It's in this 9-hour video, dude. But they went after Akumu mega fucking hard. And meanwhile, like in the background, as they're like genuinely trying to fuck with this guy, and I think at certain points trying to dox him as well. The server was full of like minors as well, like other minor like ACC people, but also like fans of the ACC people. It was really like a hodgepodge of like of just that. But there's a couple people in there who were like pedophiles and they were like grooming multiple kids. And that was just happening out in the open and nobody did anything about it. So that's fucking insane. And all this came to head around last year when the FCK logs, the logs of the FCK servers started getting leaked and people were seeing what the fuck was going on there. One of the things that went on there is that there is this artist called Slimmers who used to make stills for this person. God, fucking Toastify made a video on them. This person. What the fuck was their name? They're like a Leafy clone. Madame. They made stills for Madame. And after all that fallout of the Madame and Slimmers drama, Slimmers was brought into this FCK server in which Slimmers was like 15 or like 14 years old, drawing NSFW art, posting it all over the server, and had a channel dedicated to NSFW art that they were making and also people were making of them. So it's like the Crease McPoster shit basically all over again, except a lot more publicized, which thankfully a lot of the victims of the SEK are getting their justice now. I mean, it's 4 years. It's 4 years in the making, but finally a lot of these kids who were fucked with, like, and it wasn't just like, oh, adults were having inappropriate conversations. A lot of these kids were like being gaslit into thinking that people were killing themselves. Like, this Chuli person was being groomed by this guy. I forgot what his fucking name was. And to prevent her from coming out against him, they gaslit her into thinking that because she was trying to talk about the guy grooming her, that a girl killed herself and was trying to get Chuli to feel bad and ashamed for speaking out. Like, it's insane. It is fucking insane. It's insane shit. Like, it wasn't just grooming. It was like weird fucking psyop bullshit against some of these kids. Just for wanting to speak out against what was going on. Insane, dude. It's genuinely something that deserves more fucking attention. And thankfully it's getting it, and it's almost redundant of me to make this video, especially with Thuman making their shit. But I do find this community a little fascinating. Especially considering all the other fucking characters. Like Nezzy Monster is just Nezzy Monster and fucking, oh my god, dude. And Heaton and these people fucking suck, dude. Some of these girls, like, I know with I think it was Nezzy Monster or Heaton, one of them was trying to bring back a pedophile that was once canceled before, just to get back at one of the minors that they were beefing with. That's the crazy shit that was going on. Like, it's insane. It's insane. And there's no easy way to summarize it other than this fucking 9-hour video, dude. So tomorrow I'm going to try and wake up early, and maybe we could slowly but surely chip away at this. But until then, bro, it's just, fuck me, man. Like, it's like so much shit. I mean, I can start now. I got to leave for work in a couple hours, but oh my god, dude. It's just a lot. Working tomorrow? No, I got tomorrow off. Although tomorrow I am, I'm going to play Left 4 Dead with Noah and the gang. Holy fuck. Toasty Vanilla's interview. Oh yeah, Toasty Vanilla was the person who ran the FCK. Hold on, this might actually be interesting. Okay, this is way shorter. It's 2 hours.
It's not too late.
I'm probably not going to finish this. So Toasty Vanilla, this person, was the person that ran the FCK. This is the person that was responsible for the FCK. And Toasty actively swept for a lot of the fucking predators that were in the FCK. So I remember hearing about this call and watching a little bit on Beckett's stream or whatever the fuck. But I kind of want to re-listen to it. So
yeah. At least
fuck it.
for my
It's
nocturnal
something to
schedule.
listen to.
Anyways, what do you want to know?
Okay, and then here's I think that's Toasty talking. But Akumu says in the description, this is a full interview that Phantom Heart conducted. Hold on, let me show. This is a full interview that Phantom Heart conducted with Toasted Vanilla for the Names Junkies video on Toby Majestic. Oh my fucking, I don't know who Toby is, dude. Like, this is what I mean. I don't even know who the fuck this Toby person is, bro. I re-uploaded it here in the playlist for the sake of resources because several events discussed involve the FCK server and its members. Okay. Important timestamps. Toasty says he didn't have a sexual relationship. Oh, okay. I've seen that channel pic somewhere. Wait, what? Oh, this? Oh, no, dude. With Slimmers, discusses our interview in 2020. Toasty talks about how he enjoyed making Akumu and his friends uncomfortable in their call from August of 2020. Fuck, I don't know where the fuck to start with this, bro. Senate call, me, Nezzy Monster, Doodle Tones, and Lyle Convey. Unedited call, 2 hour. Oh my god, bro. And thankfully, I think most of this stuff is somewhat condensed in the 9-hour video. But a lot of this is condensed in the 9-hour video. So it might not even be worth watching this. Fuck it. Fuck it, dude.
Of 2020 in order to victimize them.
Holy fuck. Okay, here we fucking go, dude. You gotta start somewhere, dude. You gotta start somewhere, bro.
Themselves or their favorites. This trick of theirs boils down
Miss
to
anything
revising...
significant? I really want to make a video on Doodle Tones and a couple of the FCK people because I just want to shit on them because they seem like awful people. But I gotta inform myself with a 9-hour video.
History, and their audience have used it time and time again to the point I can show specific examples of individuals like the Soft Mink or Boxavox. The way they do this is by leaving out
no clue who the fuck those people are.
What they did themselves, or the audience leaving out what their favorites did to prompt what came afterwards. In the case of Soft Mink, victimizing Lio and the Senate as if they did.
I might have to watch this off stream actually, now that I think about it.
Start the shit with me, or Boxafox, who tried to say that I was going after Pondersprocket and Fuchsia Butters, despite the fact that both.
There's so many glove shittos, bro. There's so many glove shittos. His OC's pretty cool. I think it's from an anime or some shit. I don't really know.
Both of them came at me. The general consensus from that audience is that I harassed the FCK, Fuchsia Butter, Matt.
I don't like how this is a start to the, like again, it's like there really needs to be a video made. Someone needs to make a video like that just perfectly summarizes this. Like, please, for the love of fucking God, someone somewhere make a fucking video that summarizes this video, that summarizes this whole situation in a way that is not fucking confusing and going over 50 different fucking character sheets of all these fucking weirdos and shit, dude. Watch it off stream, the important segments. Dude, God. It's just, well, even then with the start of this video, it's like, I don't know who the fuck this, I don't know. I know vaguely of like Nezzy Monster and fucking Fuchsia Butters and Toasty Vanilla and fucking, I know vaguely. I don't know. We'll pick it up. These names will be familiar at some point.
Nezzy Monster and the others because they criticized me that I couldn't handle the.
Well, I guess I suppose it really doesn't ultimately matter who exactly these people are. It's just what did they do in relation to the FCK.
Criticism, which couldn't be any more further from the fucking truth. So here's a full timeline of what took place.
Oh yeah, look,
across the board, including the things
I got the drum
I
mag
did on
finally.
my end. Many of you have said that this whole thing is too confusing and asked for a full timeline video. When I did a poll on YouTube, nearly every
Okay, so thank God he's gonna do
single
it.
person.
Okay, so he's only mentioning these people in the beginning now, just to get that out of the way.
Answered said I should do this video. So here we are. Now, because of the sheer scale of events spanning literally 4 or 5 fucking years now, this video serves as a guide and support for the existing episodes and future ones. That and to clear up the potential misconceptions and misinformation that my videos from 2020, 2021, and 2022 potentially have. This full timeline won't have
30 to 1 hour mark?
absolutely everything, so I highly advise you watch the other individual episodes.
Oh, thank God. Okay, yeah, watch. How long are those individual episodes again? Oh, okay, 17 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes, 1 minute, 42 minutes, 23 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah, I highly encourage you just, you go through an extra 20 hours worth of fucking videos. Thank you.
In the playlist linked in the description, but I will try my best to include everything needed for context.
Thank you.
I will also be using clips and parts from the episodes that go over the specific part of the timeline I'll be talking about. It saves me the effort rather than having to record all of what I've already said. I will be using the evidence I've gathered over the last 4 years, tweets, YouTube comments, community posts, Discord servers, and DMs to piece together a linear timeline of events for you all to follow. Maximum effort.
And this all sounds psychotic as fuck, but keep this in the back of your mind as we're watching this. This community went mega hard against Akumu, literally just because he was criticizing their actions and criticizing their open public hypocrisies. He didn't know exactly about the FCK stuff, but as that stuff started to unfold, you can imagine that this community went after him, tried to mass flag him and shit like that, tried to slander him and shit like that. Where he was 16 at the time when this whole fucking shit started, and this weird Fuchsia Butters person was making weird sexual comments about him, like trying and bragging about like, haha, I know it makes him uncomfortable. And by the way, Fuchsia, almost 30 years old. At that point, right? An almost 30-year-old fucking weirdo freak making sexual comments about a 16-year-old and gloating about making him uncomfortable because of it. Yeah, so you can imagine this guy is like, I'm making this to dance on your fucking graves. Like, it's totally justified.
Or should I say, I'll get to work. That seemed to really irritate the art community and the FCK.
Oh, wait,
now,
I just
have
realized.
no fucking idea how long this will be. So make sure you have the free time, a drink, maybe a couple of snacks. And don't be afraid to
Only
take
a couple.
breaks. Just from me scripting and bullet pointing this, I think this may end up being near the length of a fucking Lord of the Rings movie. Considering the constant insistence that I don't have evidence, I'm gonna cram as much evidence as I can into this.
That's what I did
so
with the
fret
Chris
not.
Acosta
This
shit,
is gonna
dude.
be an adventure. We're going deep into
And
the
even
eye
then,
of
I didn't go
Dism
over
Storm with
everything.
this retrospective journey. This is the magnum opus of my series, so buckle up, because we're going to Tism Town. This thrilling tale starts in September of 2019 with the art commentary community and on Twitter. There once was a woman who was a Leafy clone named Madame. She approached a fan who made fan art to work with her, and they came to an arrangement. The artist would make free art, and Madame would credit her. From what started as a simple misunderstanding, snowballed into a giant fucking mess. The 15-year-old artist by the name of Slimmers then released an Instagram post to garner attention on Madame because she was refusing to credit.
Okay. Shit. Okay. So what?
And they came to an arrangement. The artist would make free art, and Madame would credit her. From what started as a simple misunderstanding, snowballed into a giant fucking mess. The 15-year-old artist by the name of Slimmers then released an Instagram post to garner attention on Madame because she was refusing to credit Slimmers while still using her artwork. Mind you, Madame was also using artwork that wasn't even a part of their agreement. After Slimmers' post, Madame attempted to dox Slimmers. The
as you do.
drama-hungry art commentary community caught a whiff and immediately flocked to it, like white on rice, like flies to shit. Their Captain Kirk hero complex kicked in, and they ran to the rescue, hopping on the potential bandwagon. The reason I knew about all of this was because I was following Slimmers on Instagram. Contrary to popular belief, I wasn't a fan of Madame's. Seeing some inconsistency on their end, such as condemning Madame for sending her audience after Slimmers, and then ignoring or excusing when Slimmers did it, I decided to make a Twitter account using Light Yagami and Zamazu, and occasionally quoting other anime characters with hero complexes in an effort to mock these people. This community lacked the self-awareness to see that it was a reflection of the shit that they were doing, and they still do. So throughout the last 4 years, they've kept trying to make fun of me by calling me Light Yagami Kenny and other variants alike, mentioning the character Light Yagami, unknowingly making fun of themselves with me. Now, it was around that time in September of 2019 that I began to reply to various people, the earliest being an art commentary YouTuber named Miss Zizi or Zena, who made a Twitter post about my comment on her YouTube channel. This is the tweet where Miss Zizi noted that
This is like a literal fucking spider web of just shit. Like,
I was 16. And keep that in mind, because that'll be very important later. This is on September 25th, where Ms. Zizi said that a child should not be vilified or lied about by an adult, and that I, too, was a child. That was also the same day that me and Slimmers first interacted. She replied to me and Ms. Zizi on Twitter, and then I replied back with something along the lines of, "Oh, you're that one dumb or stupid artist everyone is talking about." The screenshot will be put up on screen. Later on, I also requested evidence of her telling Madame her age, as she was claiming that she did. She briefly replied to me for a little bit before blocking me, but she continued to reply to me and others afterwards. Editing me here, as I need to point something out so that certain people can't try to poke holes in my video by playing semantics. There's a question that they will raise. How do we know that this individual is Slimmers, seeing as the username and profile pictures have been obscured or covered up? The snapshots that I've shown you with replies to me were taken from a video that would come out later in 2020, specifically from the Slimmers segment of that video. The reason the Twitter handle, name, and picture were covered up was to supposedly try and protect Slimmers from me finding out what her new Twitter handle is.
I blocked out the name of Slimmers, and that's because she changed it because of this harassment, and I don't want this asshole finding her new tag so that he can harass her some more.
That is why Slimmers' username is covered up. The Captain Kirk hero complex that these communities have. It was also completely pointless. All I would need to do is either sign in on my account and look at my old replies to her and I'd just see her new username. Or I could just use the Twitter search bar, type in the words from her replies, and her very tweets would pop up no matter whatever name she's changed her account to. So Madlibs was being entirely performative by doing that, all to further play up this victimhood bullshit. But back to the timeline of 2019. Several defenders of hers came about.
Okay, I'm gonna summarize it literally just for myself so I say it out loud, so I'm like, okay, this is kind of what I'm gathering. So Akumu sees this whole Slimmers and Madame drama happening. He noticed some inconsistent criticisms happening with people heavily defending Slimmers and condemning Madame, even when Slimmers was doing things that were similar to Madame, yet weren't being criticized. So he makes this account, starts criticizing people, then people start picking up on it, calling him a Madame simp, and like trying to lump him up with Madame, and call him a harasser for simply talking with Slumers at one point, like, or some shit.
And that spawned multiple fucking Twitter threads. Slumers replied to me in these threads while having me blocked. I saw that she was being acknowledged by the others in the thread, but I couldn't see what she was saying. So I used an incognito tab to see what she was saying and respond to her that way. Slumers then protected her tweets so I couldn't see them. Shortly after, the art community framed this as Akumu harassed her to the point of protecting her tweets, despite the fact she was
because
also
he was replying
still
to her
and making fun of me, despite the fact that she called for her new followers to mass report my single account because I kept replying to her, even after she had me blocked, which meant that she was going out of her way to see what I was saying. September 26th, someone by the name of Toasty Vanilla uploaded.
So then it's okay. So it's like, all right. So it's like pretty blatant hypocrisy on Slumers' end, right? Like, Jesus.
A video about his experience with Madame. Eventually, I said I'd take a more serious look into all of the details of the situation and make my own video. This next detail is something I don't want to mention because Slumers is a friend, but unfortunately, it is important for the context of preceding events. People kept bringing up her sexual assault and telling me that because Madame mentioned it in her video on Slumers,
Jesus, really?
IQ artist video, that meant I needed to talk about it to have the whole context in my video. It was not something I wanted to discuss. Rather, they kept bringing it up to make stupid fucking arguments.
Also, another thing that I hear some people say when they're talking about the FCK stuff is that Akumu isn't like a fucking saint. He is an asshole. He does do asshole-ish things to people throughout this drama. And even Akumu does regret doing a lot of those things, but you also have to keep in mind he was like 16 years old, so obviously he's going to do stupid, edgy shit, and he's going to be a little bit mean to people. But he never punched below the belt. He never did that.
One of the arguments was
as far
because
as I know,
she was sexually assaulted by her father, she couldn't ever do anything wrong. I had 3 different people make that argument to me, which did piss me off, and I made a nasty comment, a nasty reply, which was then later on photoshopped to look like I tagged her in it when I didn't. Yes, I'll be going over everything I did, even the things that I'm not happy about.
Well, there you go.
Even the stupid shit that I said. Otherwise, I'll just be accused of leaving it out to try and hide my actions like they've done before. You'll see what I mean. Anyways, these people pointed me in the direction of OMGIJ252's video that he made with the help of Slumers earlier that same month. He made the video around mid-September. His video contained an image of a court case file. After watching it, I took to Twitter stating if anyone could help me. I had the details to see if this case file existed, to look into it. Fucking D'Angelo Wallace quote retweeted and accused me of trying to dox Slumers, rallying his audience to report me. Many of them
D'Angelo Wallace is a fucking dumb fuck,
further accused me of trying to dox her, and
as far
for
as
2
I know.
days straight, from September 27th to September 28th,
It's an
I had to
unrelated drama.
reply and explain what I was talking about, where I got the info, and how it wasn't doxing, and that I wasn't publicizing anything. After the first few hours of hundreds of replies, I said fuck it and deleted the tweet, screenshotting it before I did, and then making another tweet with the screenshot of it in it, explaining why I deleted the previous tweet. It was on September 28th that an art commentary YouTuber named MadlibsArt would make a video on me titled Madame's White Knight. The video consisted of reading my tweets and making fun of me, and just having a laugh at me whilst also accusing me of harassing Slumers.
Literally been harassing Slimmers to try and equal out the backlash. He literally did it so much that Slimmers is making their account private because he keeps fucking harassing her.
Now, before we get into
By
October
replying, just to be clear, by
next
replying.
following months, I'm going to show you some clips from several art YouTubers who all made videos in early to late September of 2019 about Slumers and Madame. These clips are from Desi Monster, Nani, MadlibsArt, Hopeless Peaches, and Miss ZZ.
Hello everyone, this
What
is
the
Hopeless
fuck am I
Peaches, and
saying?
Today
Oh, okay.
I have quite a serious video. I will not be hiding any names in this, mostly because they've already been spread about the internet enough, and everyone will be just saying it in the comment section anyway. So I might as well just skip over that. Instead, because I will be saying names in this video,
get these fucking
I
tits off my
100%
fucking
encourage
screen,
you
bro.
Not to go harass anyone. If you have any grievances with my video, go ahead and tell me. However, if you have any grievances with what anyone of any party do in this video that I'm talking about, don't go and tell them, please. Let's be respectful and go through this in a respectable, calm manner where we act the better person.
My eyes.
So what did happen and what am I talking about? Well, a YouTuber by the name of Madam has recently been accused of stealing art from a 15-year-old artist called Slumers.
See, Madame is a YouTuber who was interested in commissioning an artist called Slimers. Slimers, due to their age, did not have a PayPal, therefore could not accept payment.
I hope you all appreciate the shit I do, because I had to watch this twice, and the first viewing actually gave me a headache.
Okay.
Howdy doody everyone, I'm back, and this time I come bearing a script! So if y'all haven't heard, a Leafy Was Here ripoff is in some hot water for basically tormenting a young 15-year-old artist by the name of Slimers Cryotic. Be sure to go and give her some love, by the way, all links in the description.
For those of you who don't know what the Madam Drama is, what happened is this piece of shit YouTuber who calls herself The Female Leafy Is Here, not sure why you'd ever want to brand yourself like that, but she commissioned a 15-year-old artist.
Get it. I see where you're coming from, madam, when it comes to that. However, I don't think it's a reason
This is overall just driving the point that like everyone was gunning for Slimmers' defense, right? I guess.
been acting. Put yourself in Slimmer's shoes for a moment. You're a 15-year-old artist.
The reason I showed you those clips is to show you that these individuals all knew Slimmers' age. They made sure to mention the age gap between Slimmers and Madame. Her age was so important when it could benefit them in September of 2019, and yet you'll see later that it suddenly didn't fucking matter. I uploaded my first video titled Slimmers and Her White Knight Crusade on October 2nd. Now let's read a quick sampling of the video's comment section to give you an idea. And I want you to try to remember or even write down the names of the people that you see. I'm not going to go over all of them, let alone half of them. But I am going to go over some of my favorite ones, and a couple of them that are going to show a bit of a pattern, if you will. Starting off with Felix T. Y'all, I just noticed he has a playlist called Petty Art Theft Shit, and it includes many reasonable vids. Ah ha 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 ha. It includes Ponder's vid on the Madame drama. I'm sobbing. Now let's count the hours this stays up, since apparently this is not accurate. But literally search up Akumu Madame. You'll find it sooner or later. Or else I can post a screenshot onto my account as a tiny vid. This dude doesn't think art theft exists. Lamau. What planet does this brain-damaged incel, neckbeard, junior white knight, not virgin because I fucked a 17-year-old, what was her name, Hanjian? Thrown headfirst into wall fetus, failed abortion, perfect condom ad. Lonely, dumb fucking idiot. Live on.
Got
So
me
this
alone.
person
I
is
just want to.
seething because I find the art commentary community's crusades over art theft completely fucking ridiculous. You're acting like a child. Kid, the only fucking clown I see is you. Ooh. Burn. Here's Miss Zizi. You're the embodiment of an edgy teenager, and I can appreciate that. Some pretentious comment from me. God, I love you so fucking much. He's such a goddamn cutie. Oceansis says, I really hope you grow out of this phase of
He's 16,
constantly
by the
feeling
way,
like your shitty opinion and lack of knowledge is valid, because if you don't, the world will kick your ass. You're not like Yagami. Shut the fuck up, Lamau. Mamie Diggs comes in with, yeah, no, this video doesn't help the situation at all, and it is extremely biased at that. I don't see the point of it existing other than to shame the victim and to add poorly done scrutiny. I'm sorry, but it's unnecessary, and hiding comments would only fuel more judgment from the third party, especially coming from your Instagram/Twitter behavior as of late. Only fuel more judgment from the third party. Oh yeah. But remember,
who the fuck is the dumb fuck
I'm
that keeps
like
dying, dude?
Mad
Holy
Lib
shit.
says, someone sent this to me, and I'm very glad I decided not to make another video on you. I wouldn't have one good thing to say. This is absolutely pathetic, biased, and unnecessarily aggressive. You aren't some big man righting the wrongs of the internet. You're just a sad child who needs to feel powerful. Get over yourself. That's what I have to say. Ooh, 107 likes. Look at that. Watching you get melted in the comments is my soul. Did she DM you back? Did you actually just compare what Madame did to anything Slimmers did? You fucking brainlet. Your skull doesn't house a brain. It houses dust and cobwebs, because God didn't make you with a brain because he knew you wouldn't use it anyways. Ooh, sick
Epic
fucking
burn.
Bruiser Bunny says, imagine being so far up Madame's ass, the only video you make is justifying her doxing a 15-year-old and her...
By the way, all he did was just criticize Slimmers' hypocrisy, and that everyone was sweeping for it. That's all that he fucking did. He did no such defense of fucking Madame, like, at all.
Blatantly attacking
It's just
the girl,
lies.
dude. If you need knee pads to stop soreness the next time you get on your knees to kiss Madame's ass, I will gladly buy you a pair. Literal white knight. I bet you haven't.
And
had
at this
pussy
point,
since you...
Akumu, and just to be, Akumu's not like a big fucking channel. He's literally, like, when this started, he literally just he had to create a Twitter account, right? Like, he was just some random account, and all these fucking people with these fucking growing channels just unloaded on this fucking random fucking Twitter kid. Like, it's ridiculous.
Came out of one. Literal white knight. I bet you haven't had pussy since you came out of one eye. Literal white knight. I bet you haven't had pussy since you came out of one. Just spamming the same comment over and over and over, I guess.
Yeah.
But these are some
Andy
older
did the same thing.
screenshots that are possibly deleted comments. Not for me. I know I didn't.
High school
delete these
yes,
ones.
literally.
Man, what are you doing?
This retarded little art commentary fucking high school drama evolved into like a fucking pedo cabal, a group of pedophiles who were grooming children and a bunch of fucking sweepers who were defending it. Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Deleting comments you don't like, saying if you dislike this video, you prove me right. And your argument doesn't even make sense. You say both should get punished, however you hammer onto Slumers and let Madame slide because Madame has had this done to her. Also, huge Lamowit, you're trying to silence the truth and I'm not going to put up with that while deleting comments you don't like. Slumers and her White Knight crusade. I bet you'll never make a video about how Madame got her White Knights to harass her editor for asking for payment.
Well, it's redundant. Everyone's already knowing
Slumers
that.
and Madame shit. Nothing. Has nothing to do with it. Then there's Miss Easy, who commented on the video stating that she read the script of my video a while back and it's just as dumb as before. Also, no idea why I mentioned her out of nowhere, because it leads up to nothing. Anyways, you sure showed me and the rest of us fur fags. Yes, you're a fur fag. This video isn't biased or full of crazy rambling towards the Ana man.
And it's gone.
Oh, this guy was one of my favorite ones, where he quotes me and then proceeds to claim that I was trying to excuse it when I wasn't. You can try to explain why she felt it necessary or appropriate, but despite the explanation, it does not excuse it. As if I didn't say that. You're literally quoting me stating the same thing. Oh, that's right. Creepshow fucking cow. This fat bitch Shannon commented on it. You can't post your art anywhere and then be mad someone stole it. You are so stupid. Like, actually, that's like if I downloaded this video, posted it on my channel, and made money off of it. That is literally copyright infringement. The same way reposting / tracing / taking credit for someone else's work is copyright infringement. Now, I'm pretty certain because she nuked her own fucking channel that this comment is gone, but if you guys would like to see the full one, I'll try and find it. And
it's gone!
Madame could have at least think that she didn't have a PayPal because she is a minor. As far as I know, PayPal will delete your account if you're underage. Thing is, the whole minor age became a big issue at the time Madame started doxing her. She didn't. She attempted to. Not when she asked Slimmers about commissions. Completely ignoring my point there, which is Slimmers should have told her her age up front. She didn't. So you use biased opinions and try to disguise them as facts. Maybe commentary isn't for you. And from Mauhao Menzi, who now goes by Konpai Mimi or some fucking weird-ass name, VTuber. She loved to run her mouth back then, and now she won't all of a sudden. She says, lol, removing the like/dislike ratio and reading comments because you got suspended on Twitter, but I'm sure you still don't realize what you've done wrong at all, and you have no fault like Slimmers or Madame do in their situation. Now you yourself can go to that comment section and take a good read, a good gander. You'll see nothing but seething over the video, misconstruing what I was saying in the video, or just repeating what Ponder, Nezzy, and the rest of the FCK members had to say in regards to that video. It truly is just so beautiful how all of this aged so fucking poorly. And just to be crystal fucking clear, for that particular crowd of people, I am not arguing or defending or doubling down on my Slimmers video. I know the video is bad. My script was all over the place. I was all over the place. It was horribly edited. I am not in denial of that. The problem here is people took advantage of that and proceeded to make a bunch of false claims about the video and about what I said and claimed in the video in order to misrepresent me and the video. On October 2nd of 2019, 2:17 p.m., Slimmers took to Twitter to talk about my recently published video. Finally, the guy that's been thrashing on me for weeks on end made a video. And obviously the second slide is my long-ass comment reply. I don't know why he's saying evidence, as she's put in heavy quotation marks. It's just him questioning things that has an obvious answer. The first thing I want to point out here is the weeks on end claim that I had been thrashing her
they
for
had
weeks
kids, they'd be alienated because they
This
wouldn't be able
tweet
to use
was
this
made
shit, yeah.
October 2nd of 2019.
If I
We
ever
first
have kids, they're not
interacted
getting on the
25th
internet
of
until they're like 16 at
or
least.
for
dude.
her, late night, September 24th of 2019.
They need to be raised
That
like
is
normally.
a week, a singular week. But she says weeks on end. I'm guessing to play it up and exaggerate it. I'd also like to note that we only briefly interacted before she ended up blocking me, and then she continued to interact with me after having blocked me, evident by her replies to me after having blocked me. And just to add to that, the very first image she has in this tweet talking about my video, if we click on it, it's a literal fucking screenshot of my Twitter feed from that time, and right at the top on the right side, you can see that she has me blocked. It literally says blocked in red. More evidence showing that she was going out of her way to interact with me and to look at what I was saying after having blocked me. This is before I had to make any second or third Twitter accounts. You'll find out why I had to make those Twitter accounts. Because these people, the art community and the slideshow
They were actively like slandering.
lied and falsely claimed that I was making these Twitter accounts to endlessly harass Lemurs, that I made them to harass her specifically. But you'll find out why I had to make those Twitter accounts shortly after. But in general, more evidence showing that she was going out of her way, not just to reply to me, but to see what I was saying after having me blocked. A couple minutes later at 2:28 p.m., she said, literally this dude showed James @OMGIJ252's DMs when he confronted him. Said, hey, maybe it's not the best idea going through my sexual assault number files to prove your point. And I shit you not, his excuse was, she told Madame
Which I will
for
say,
a week.
him trying to dig up like the court report of Slimmers' like alleged sexual assault is like insane. It's a little crazy. It's a little insane. A little crazy, a little insane. But I don't know, far from like harassment, really. I mean, it's like it's supposed to be public information, right?
Just because I said something personal to someone I really love doesn't immediately scream I can look through her shit. You mentioned my sexual assault so much in this video saying how that's the reason why I'm getting defended. Which, Jesus fucking Christ. You don't need to mention my sexual assault at all. No one really talks about it because they understand it's personal, and they aren't trying to dig into my sexual assault files to prove a point and getting into inappropriate business to be right. So, smiley face. And then she replied to herself, correcting herself. Just about everyone that made a video on the situation between her and Madame did talk about the sexual assault. And secondly, the very Twitter threads that spawned from the people coming to defend her on Twitter from me were also bringing up the sexual assault. I was not the first one to bring it up. And then the other problem is, she's talking about how I'm trying to look through it to prove my point. She gave James the screenshot that he put in his video so that he could prove his point. But me looking at the very information that's being provided in this screenshot, after people are insisting that I look at it and that I talk about this, after everyone else has been non-stop talking about it. But I'm the problem. Okay. A couple minutes later, at 2:37 p.m., she said, also, if you watch the video, just skip to 21 minutes when he shows Nani's video because it's just 99% of Nani's video showed in there. Also, good luck commenting. He deletes the negative ones. This is the earliest example I have of people criticizing, or more so claiming, I was deleting any and all negative comments on the video. This is false. The only comments I was deleting at the time were comments that lied about me or lied about my video. Later on that night, a Twitter user with a strange handle, something like IDKNM or I don't know NM. For simplicity's sake, I'll refer to this individual as CJ, because that's literally her fucking name. CJ started accusing Slimmers of being transphobic, and Slimmers responded with a quote retweet asking how that made her transphobic. If you haven't caught on by now, the people in this community love their identity politics buzzwords. So it's going to be a reoccurring fucking habit as we go through this. This eventually led to a spat between CJ and Slimmers, where Slimmers had the gall, the audacity, to accidentally refer to CJ with male pronouns. CJ is a woman. She was not trans at the time, but Slimmers accidentally referring to her as a guy set her off. And so she started saying that Madame was entirely in the right, and that everything she said about Slimmers was
what
right.
What a fucking
Slimmers
180,
was like
holy
piece of
shit.
Going on and on and on, hounding Slimmers. So I got into the mix, and I came to Slimmers' defense, something that you will never see anyone ever point to or talk about, by the way. Instead, they'll just say that I was entirely on Madame's side. But I defended Slimmers. I told CJ to fuck off, that this was ridiculous, that this whole transphobic accusation was entirely silly, and that it was an accident on Slimmers' end, and even if it wasn't an accident, who gives a fuck? It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. This incident right here would lead to something else that would lead to something else. This is essentially just the setup for something that takes place and involves the events later on. A few days later, and my Twitter account was suspended on October 6th, thanks to the 2 waves of mass reporting. After the suspension of my first Twitter account, I made a second, and the art community cried out that I did so to harass Slamurs, that I was making alt accounts to get around her blocking me. Not that they dogpiled and mass reported my first account. One person's account. That wasn't harassment, though. Me speaking my mind and not letting them just hush me up was apparently me harassing them, me harassing Slamurs. Slamurs posted some kind of meme showing off the email she got back from reporting my Twitter account, where it said that I got suspended. So the earliest thing that I did on my second Twitter account was return the favor. I reported some of Slamurs' replies to me, which got her account locked. I then slapped together a meme with some screenshots and posted it on October 9th. Whilst we're talking about October 9th, you might be wondering what exactly led up to Slamurs getting my first and second accounts suspended. I'd love to show you, especially because it shows my exact fucking point about these people. Between 8 and 9 a.m., a Twitter user by the name of Eden Pastel joined the dogpiling threads to argue with me about transgenderism and to trauma dump their own situation to me as if I gave a fuck, specifically by comparing their sexual abuse to Madame, because Madame abused Slamurs, so it's totally comparable. And Slamurs herself was also active in this Twitter thread, so I'll read to you what I recovered. On October 4th, Eden Pastel tweets to Slamurs asking if she has a ref of her OC, that she'd love to make art to make Slamurs smile. I was in your position, so I want to offer support. Slamurs says, I do, a full body mostly, but not a reference of my OC. If you're referencing to my persona, here she is. Danky, I have some commissions to do, but I'll try my best to pump out art for you soon, kiddo. It's bullshit. I'm going through this stuff as an adult. A child your age doesn't deserve this level of stress. I'm here for you. P.S.
Jesus. Oh my god, that's creepy. Holy fuck. All right.
Your non-binary OC is a doll.
Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing.
I said, well, maybe a child shouldn't get into an adult situation with another immature adult. Apparently this is an asinine take. Maybe you should take the L already, after getting suspended, lol. I don't have an L to take, unlike Slamurs. Yeah, I'm sure Slamurs is huge growth, and you getting it rightfully...
Yeah, it's like so openly, it's like, I'm an adult, and you're a child, and you don't deserve to go through this. By the way, you're really cute. Like, fucking hell, bro. Holy
suspended
shit.
is an L on her
Chill
part.
out.
My fucking ass off delusional. The only person possibly delusional would be you. Get that right. Second, it was false. Imagine crying that her commenting on a video was awful and makes her an idiot and consistently coming in to try and harass her.
Shit.
Get up and get a life, bro. Friends might make you happier. Almost like you have no life outside of the internet and your pathetic contribution to society is being a pain in the ass. The person you're replying to, not you. Even if that did, they're fucking stupid and suck at it. You're legit throwing out ad hominems in arguments based upon the concept of slinging baseless derogatory insults.
I gotta leave in an hour.
This is what Lilith said right after saying, almost like you have no life outside of the internet and your pathetic contribution to society is being a pain in the ass. This shit doesn't get any better than this. No, I'm not. Learn to read. Clearly, I'm not the one who needs to learn to read and provide basic English communication when the best you can sling back is no you. I never used no you. You did, you fucking retard. Stop projecting. That looks like a no you to me, dearie. Nah, you are though. Where's the no you at? No, you are though. I remember this. No, you are, though. That's legit a no you, but with more letters added onto an attempt to sound intelligent. No, you directly said, I said no you. That means you're wrong.
Oh my
Just because
God,
it's paraphrasing
dude.
the same
This
meaning
really
doesn't mean
is
it
just
isn't
a bunch
the
of
same
kids
thing.
arguing
Have
with
you
each
heard of
other?
a synonym?
Holy
That's
fuck.
not a synonym. No, you are, though. No, you. Phrasing is similar. And you claim to be 16. I learned
God, I
this in
hate
3rd
Twitter.
grade. You
I
said I
fucking hate
stated
Twitter,
no
dude.
you. When I said you are, though, that's not the same thing. However, I was correct when I stated it, making your point meaningless. You are literally admitting to saying the synonym to no you. You are, though, and know you. It's literally the same
my
thing.
God,
Slamurs
just
chimes
move
in.
on.
Isn't it hilarious?
Just
You want
move
people
the
to send
fuck
a hate
on,
mob,
dude.
but you're sending it to yourself, and you make shitty excuses of how you're not a transphobe because you know you fucked up. God, I want to vomit. Off the bat, misgendered me. Then when I said I'm not a girl, calling me a dude. Bruh, I'm agender, lol. You are one of the two. If you aren't a girl, you're a boy. If you aren't a boy, you're a girl.
This is retarded,
dude.
yeah.
Excuse me? Absolutely fuck this kid. This is revolting. And the screenshots that Eden has in her fucking Twitter reply right here are the ones where she's trying to compare her being raped at 7 years old and not telling her mother as a mistake on her end, trying to compare that to what Slumers did in the situation with Madame. Fucking trauma dumping to some random 16-year-old online. Like, you're comparing two things that aren't even remotely similar. But
this is what I mean. This fucking community. This is what I want to dig into, because this is insane. This is fucking insane. This is crazy.
Madame did not sexually assault Slumers when she was 7.
And this is all happening like out in the open. And it's like so few people. I mean, I suppose like the ACC was like still in its like smaller ages, but like the ACC wasn't as big as it was in 2020. I mean, this is like 2019, right? But either way,
this is not even remotely close to the same thing. This individual
where it all ends,
thought, you know what? Yeah, this is completely sane. This is comparable. Totally. How dare some random stranger tell you that they don't care about your story that has no relevance? It's not even remotely comparable to what you're trying to compare it to. How dare they tell you that they don't care about your abuse because it's not relevant? It doesn't matter. The point you're trying to make doesn't even make any fucking sense while you're bringing it up. You just feel the need to tell some random fucking stranger what happened to you for some reason I don't fucking know. And how dare they tell you that they don't care? So revolting. Oh my god. Ugh. And this all took place at 9:46 a.m. Shortly after, and I mean very shortly after, Slumers quote retweeted Lilith's tweet. First, this villainous fucker harasses me for weeks, and now he's straight up harassing people who are trans. I don't give two fucks if one of you hate on his account. I'm not allowing this transphobic fuck to be like this. But hold on, it gets even better. Slumers then replied to herself with, not only that, he's harassed another user who's trans, named Jerifluff, for also being trans, before his other account got suspended. And these are the messages that she shows. Of course, she doesn't show the fact that, fun fact, Jerifluff also came to me, starting the trans debate with me because I refused to participate in that ideology in other tweets. Jerifluff replied to...
It's like, yeah, it's like, I suppose... I mean, like... Is it trans? I mean, it is. You know what? No, I'll say that. I'll say that it is transphobic to refuse to use someone's preferred pronouns. Like you are literally doing that in spite of someone. Like it's like common decency. You doing that is transphobic. But I don't fucking care, personally. I don't care if someone is transphobic.
Me started the thread. Did not.
It's just like an asshole thing to do, right?
Like the fact that I was not entertaining the fact that he was not a woman, and cried wolf. That's apparently harassment. I'm harassing people who are trans by not...
Which, by the way, he only gave that opinion because people were trying to, like, fish that out of him. They were trying to pull him into that argument. They were trying to pull him into that fucking discussion, right? He at this point, he had nothing to say about any of that shit, I'm pretty sure.
Agreeing with them and debating with them. At around 1:20 p.m.
There's levels, yeah.
Slumers tweeted, when Twitter actually becomes helpful, with two images. First image being of them informing Slumers that my account violated Twitter's guidelines. And then of a meme that she drew that says, finally, you did something useful for once in regards to Twitter. This is also where people began to show that they were mass reporting my tweets. Darkness Stone, in fact, responded to this very tweet showing that he previously reported my first Twitter account. So not only did Slumers and D'Angelo Wallace get my first Twitter account mass reported and suspended, but then the account that I immediately made right after, they immediately fucking mass reported because they weren't getting their way in a debate. Because I was hurting people's feelings that were coming to me starting the fucking debate. Because I wasn't entertaining the politics they wanted me to entertain.
It's the thing, if you misgender by mistake, like no one's getting mad. If you do it on purpose,
I went through a couple
of
Slumers' tweets that she had made replying
it's
to
just
me.
It's just mean. It's mean to do. And sure, you could be like, wow, isn't Akumu so mean for doing that? But it doesn't excuse like the mass flagging, the fucking lying about him, and it's like trying to fish that out of him, dude. When all he was just being critical of Slumers, like it's just stupid.
On October 9th, and that led to her account getting locked temporarily. And Twitter notified me. They emailed me back and said, hey, you know, this person violated this. We locked their account. So I threw together my own meme and I posted it at 9:18.
I love the pettiness, though. I love the fucking pettiness. It's so fucking funny.
Now, that isn't quite the end there either, because the individual Jerifluff, who Slumers was victimizing, proceeded to message me later on that fucking night on my Instagram account. Will you leave me the fuck alone? You came to me, Lamau. Yeah, right now to fucking say leave
like what?
Leave me alone. So fucking leave me alone. We got your first account suspended for a reason. I already feel like shit because of you. I said I will always be on Twitter. I will always be where I want to be. Boo-hoo, my first account gone. So scary. Yeah, okay, not if we do anything about it. Want to know what the fuck you did? You triggered my anxiety and suicidal thoughts, but I know damn well you don't give a shit.
Even my mom, yeah.
No, I don't. I have VPNs, hundreds of emails. Why would I care? I never said end your life. If anyone has, take it up with them, not me. No, you didn't say end your life, but I already felt like shit. I was in a bad place, then you did that
people
shit.
like this
You have
suck.
no fucking idea
The
how long
guilting,
it took
it's like please stop criticizing me or I will kill myself. Like it's so stupid.
courage and to fight for my rights. Even when it was legal, I had to fucking fight my family on this shit. There's nothing to fight. You have the right to believe whatever you want. A disagreement doesn't mean people hate you or want to banish you. I'm fighting with an asshole like you because you think it's funny as fuck.
And he's being so reasonable here too. He's being like super fucking reasonable, and like this person's still like blowing up on him.
To be transphobic.
Manipulative,
Even after
yeah.
I blocked your ass, you kept going. What Jarafluff is talking about right here all took place on my first account before I had my second one. They had blocked me, and I was still replying to them, of course, and they were going around their own block of me to keep responding to me and see what I was saying. I didn't use a Twitter account to get around their block. So they wouldn't have been able to see what I was saying unless they went out of their own way to see it and to interact with it. Now, I'm not going to go over every message between me and this random fucking guy. I know that I ended it pretty amicably by saying something like, best of luck to you, mate. But the point is, and the reason why I'm going so much in depth on something so seemingly meaningless in October of 2019, is to show you the kind of audience that these people attract. The kind of audience that watch these people. It's not just the content creators and the people in this community that have this natural reflex. It's also their audience members that have this reflex, where they will start shit with this fucking hero complex where they're coming in like the good guy to teach me a fucking lesson, to correct me.
And the same shit happened with Doodletones. The same shit. Doodletones wants to go in, LARP as a fucking Batman, LARP as this fucking hero, and meanwhile in the background you're trying to bring back confirmed child predators into the community after they had just gotten outed for being really creepy to minors. And then lo and behold, he's creepy again and still fucking defend him and then compare the victim to their rapist. Like, that is fucking that is just recent. That's recent shit. We're not even talking about all the other shit Doodletones did.
To give me a smack around.
Oh
to
my
put me
god.
In my place. Then when I get mean with them, and I show them just a little bit of, I guess, aggression, they become victims almost immediately.
Hold on.
They'll start debates with me, arguments with me, getting back and forth with me. Then when I'm mean to them, after they've been mean, oh my god, they're victims of my harassment. Meanwhile, they're dogpiling and mass reporting my accounts and doing so gleefully to shut me up, flaunting the fact that they were able to report and get my account suspended. But I'm the harasser. I'm the bad guy, not the group of people, the mob of people that do this shit. That's the point that I want to show you early on, because this just gets worse as we go. They continue to do this exact same type of shit. October of 2019 was the month where several things coincided that resulted in so much more. It was a chain reaction of entropy that set us on this path to today. The FCK or Fruitcake Club Discord server was created on October 8th by Toasty Vanilla and a couple
on October 8th. Ooh, here we go.
Of friends, and they immediately began inviting people. The earliest people invited to the FCK server were Aurora, who was Madame's previous Discord admin, Nani on October 9th, Azizi on October 11th, and Slummers and OMGIJ252 on October 12th. But many more were invited later on. Anyone who had an issue with Madame was essentially invited because the server was
started off as an anti-Madame server.
A sentiment that was repeated many times in the conversations within the server itself. October was also the same month that Nezzy Monster and Ponder Sprocket began working on their two-part collab on me. I and Slummers interacted a handful of times from October, November, and December. A couple of spats back and forth, which you can see weren't one-sided. These screenshots contain all the messages that she had replying to me between that time. December 9th, Slummers admits that she kept reporting me, which led to me making alt accounts. The next day she said, "This is the final nail to the coffin. I'm really tired of this dude. He legit won't stop making alts, won't stop saying crap like this, and it's pissing me off." 6 days later, OMGIJ252 released Madame Feel Bad For Me Part 3, featuring Akumu, a video which I did respond to. It isn't that important for the events, and I'm not going to rag on the guy. He was very far from being the worst out of the FCK. His video was better than many of the preceding videos that would come from them. But I will share with you something in regards to Jamesy's video on me and Madame from December of 2019. In his video, he sought to victimize two aforementioned individuals, CJ and Jarafluff, that I was harassing them because they were trans and I was transphobic. This will come up much later on.
I don't even think he knew they were trans before they mentioned it.
After I interacted with CJ on October 2nd of 2019, defending Slummers from CJ, CJ proceeded to follow me to every fucking Twitter account that I made to then accuse me of being transphobic. She went from losing her fucking mind and tripping out at Slummers for accidentally using male pronouns to following me on Twitter demanding that I use male pronouns, or that she was going to kill herself, that if she couldn't be a boy, she was going to kill herself, posting ridiculous shit like this selfie where she fucking wrote Sharpie mustache facial hair all over her face and talking about how she can't be a boy, she'll kill herself, and that my life would be over, that if she killed herself, everyone would know that it was my fault, and my
Jesus
life would
Christ,
be over.
man.
This woman was around the same age as me. She would block me, block me, then unblock me, then my account would get suspended.
So I mean,
then
she
I'd
was a
make
minor,
new
but still,
one,
that's
and she'd
fucking
search that
unhinged
new
as
one
fuck.
up
Like,
to interact with me. She also
and
went and came onto my YouTube channel.
The fact that nobody was calling this out, none of the adults in this situation were basically saying, hey, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't have this quibble with someone online and threaten to kill yourself and then blame them simply because they, like, nobody stepped in and was trying, like, I don't blame kids for doing dumb fucking shit on the internet like this, but at a certain point, maybe some adults should step in and try to, like, at least, like, quell the situation, right? But no, these kids were encouraged, actively encouraged, and they were being, like, led into the FCK server as, like, oh yeah, haha, we all hate Akumu and fucking Madame here, haha, lol. And then that's when you started seeing these kids getting groomed.
Under two different YouTube accounts, commenting the same exact shit about how she can't be a boy, she'll kill herself, trying to suicide bait and guilt trip me.
Only teens.
At
There
one
were
point,
adults.
She even went and contacted Jarafluff, the previous individual that I argued with, so that they both could make Twitter threads pretending to be victims of mine. So went and found Jarafluff, then got Jarafluff involved in some other fucking Twitter spat dogpiling attempt on me. Then, because that didn't work out the way they thought it would, made Twitter threads trying to victimize themselves to me. This is
I know Nezzy Monster, I know Nezzy Monster and fucking Peaches was adults. I know, like, I think Peaches was fucking 19 or something, so they weren't, like, old, but I know Nezzy Monster. Nezzy Monster currently, it's 2025, Nezzy Monster currently is 30, so they were 100%, like, 25 years old, like, in around this time.
Span of October to December of 2019. To the point that I made a Google document filled to the brim with screenshots in regards to what CJ was up to across my several Twitter accounts.
I don't know any of these people. I barely know these people.
And I said at the end of my video responding to James in December of 2019 that if CJ was to comment,
there definitely were adults
video,
in the ACC. Doodletones was another person.
Publicly so that everyone could see it. CJ commented on the video, so I released this Google document publicly.
But Doodle's
just
not
as
relevant
everything
just
else that I've done in defense of myself and so on. This would later on be fucking twisted to further victimize CJ. I'm not fucking kidding or anything like that when I say that this will later on be twisted to paint CJ even further a victim. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is because it involves the FCK later on, but also because it shows you even further a good look at the art commentary community's audience, the people that it attracts. It's not just the content creators that are cryboys that love to play victim when the shit they start doesn't go their way, when they aren't getting their way. It's their audience too. It is that community from the ground up. The very basis is built off of being cryboys, crying wolf the second something they were doing doesn't go the way they want. Then they become victims. Then they have to kill themselves. This is a habit of theirs across the community that goes on and on for years. Let's go further throughout this timeline. Aside from the hundreds of comments accusing me of shit left and right, calling me a Madame simp, a white knight, some Isterphobe buzzword, the occasional death threat, people threatening to ruin my life over it, saying that I would never
threatening to kill
job,
themselves and
or
shit.
gain a larger
It's
audience passing even
psychotic.
100 subscribers. Things were publicly quiet up until March of 2020. Privately was a different matter entirely. From October of 2019 to March of 2020, the FCK Discord server plunged itself into degeneracy. Here is a lengthy clip from my video on the FCK server, going in chronological order up to March 3rd. Note that it does not contain everything. Starting October 12th of 2019, Ben showed me you tits.
So if I recall, this wasn't public, but this was dug up after the leaks, and I don't know exactly when the leaks came out. I think the leaks were recent, like within the past like year and a half, I think. But like this is what was going on at the time of all this fucking shit.
He's the big popular now.
Oh,
And
I need to
something big
rewind a
happened
little
while I
bit.
was to March 3rd. Note that it does not contain everything. Starting October 12th of 2019, Ben showed me you tits. Toasty is the big popular now. Did something big happen while I was
Toasty's
gone?
the big
Your
popular.
tits are hot, Toasty. Finn showed you my tits from when I was 16.
And there are
Yes,
minors
you're
in this
calling a
server.
16-year-old
Slimmers.
hot.
Slimmers is a minor.
Yes, show me your soggy boobs.
You're calling a 16-year-old hot, like, dude, like, bro, like, you cannot get more fucking blatant, like, than that.
Hot. I'm 17, nigga. It's legal. On December 24th, we have this interaction that starts with Slimmers sending in an art piece. depicting
Jesus!
Toasty
Oh my
Vanilla
God!
With a pair of tits. His nipples being covered by pieces of toast. So I think I can show you it. At Miss ZZ, Toasty has
Well,
requested
the
that you
video's
join
still
DC.
up.
Jamesy then comes in with, at Miss ZZ, hey, we're drawing porn. Well, he says prom. Then he says porn, whoopsies. Oh my. Then Toasty adds the deleted user and says, you need to prove your worth and share your art. Deleted user says, "Nigga,
Encouraging
we're
it.
all artists here. Where? Just here.
Like,
we don't care. January 3rd of 2020, there's a
Where we
discussion
don't care.
about
Show it
porn.
anywhere.
Let's
This
see
server
where it
was full of
goes.
fucking porn,
2020
dude.
is going to be wild. I called it since 2017, and I'm here strapped in for the ride. I can't wait to get drafted into a war we won't win. I know we all finna get shot on the front lines. What do you mean we're America fighting Dester niggas? We can just throw water on them. Trudeau. What about their allies? China, Russia, North Korea. We're not going to go to
By the way, these are like super fucking like woke people that are trying to cancel people on Twitter for being transphobic, and they're talking like this. Like, okay.
war with Russia, period. Probably. Unless Iran does smooth convincing. If we did, I'd eat Jamesy's ass. On January 13th, Toasty
What am I
Vanilla
talking
shares
about?
futa
I have
porn
no idea.
of Sandy the
Jesus
Squirrel with
Christ,
a
oh my
ginormous
God.
penis sucking in a
Okay.
taxi cab. On January 29th, we take a trip to the chat Toasty's Tits, a chat that was dedicated to porn. Toasty tagged Slimmers asking, have you seen the rules?
So if you didn't catch that, not the fucking Sandy Cheeks cock vor.
Tits, a chat that was dedicated to porn.
Hold on, I don't want to show it.
29th, we take a trip to the chat Toasty's Tits, a
Toasty's Tits, which and it was a dedicated NSFW chat room for Toasty.
chat that was dedicated to porn. Toasty tagged Slimmers
Oh, just
asking,
porn.
have you seen the Rule 30?
Tagging Slimmers in the NSFW chat. By the way, everyone knew Slimmers was a minor. Everyone knew Slimmers was like 14 or some shit, dude. 15 or 16 or whatever.
Of my goat character. Wait, are you talking about the Futa one? The only valid version of me is the Futa version.
Like
That's the
Toasty
true
Vanilla,
you.
Toasty Vanilla.
And then he sent the image tagging Slimmers again. February 4th. 11:35 p.m. and Toasty tags Slimmers asking if she'd like to hear a funny story. Sure. Like 3 hours ago, at abandoned account, Hopeless Peaches walked in on me masturbating and started to shame me for being in a VC alone that I didn't know I was in. This happened in this server.
Dude.
So Peaches shamed you. Man straight up said he had a video pause. Lamau. No, she thought it was the funniest shit ever because I was just like, hi Peaches, didn't expect you
And then
here." So
Peaches-
she just started going on a
Bro, I
tangent
wish I
about
could
how I'm a
pause.
loser
Ah!
for being alone in VC. Thank God I didn't join. And then I was like, okay, Peaches, so are you here to stay or are you going to leave soon? Because I'm in the middle of something. Peaches joining the VC earlier was
So Toasty is jerking off in a Discord call inside of a Discord that has minors in it. That minors could join it at any point in time. They're adding minors in NSFW chats. And all of this is happening around all these people who make videos criticizing people for being creeps toward children and being transphobic and mean and cruel and awful on the internet to people. That is happening around these people and nobody's saying anything about it. Nobody's doing anything about it.
pretty epic.
And it gets
I'm
worse.
debating
It gets
whether I
worse.
should just
Dude,
go
it
and
gets fucking
finish
worse.
it and come back or just wait until you leave. I have so many questions right now. I'm only texting monotone because I'm drawing Xena, but I have several questions. All right, shoot your questions. Just like I shot my goo, my dude. Pause. Good. First question, why? Second, why? Third, why? Listen, I was trying to be polite. I stopped what I was doing so I could entertain this woman. Why were you in the call by yourself? I didn't know I was in a call. Shit was mad funny. So when I heard the Discord badump sound, I froze. I always ask myself so many questions when I see
Yeah, fucking right. Complete bullshit. You didn't know you were in a Discord call and you were jerking. Like, what? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You were the only person in the Discord call at all. You mean to tell me that you magically joined a Discord chat room, didn't hear the ding of joining a fucking Discord call, and you were sitting there jerking off the whole fucking time? And you only realized you were in a Discord call when someone else joined and you heard the same noise? Like, no, fuck off. It's complete bullshit.
Call alone. What may this man be doing in there? I saw him in call too, but I just left because I was like, probably masturbating, lol. I literally said that to myself, and I regret saying it. Lamau, you guessed correctly. Wait, really? Yes. That is probably something he does occasionally. Listen, it was the first time I've done it in a week or so. I was in the shower and I was like, God damn.
Had a better excuse,
I want to look at anime titties. No stress relief. Ah, you were watching hentai. How cute. Completely understandable. Not hentai. I was on Pornhub. It's all about X and XX. Hentai weirds me out. What the fuck? I respect Pornhub as a company. Pornhub for bottoms. So I use them.
This shit just reminds me so much of the Chris McPasta stuff,
but
bro. It's literally just the same fucking shit.
Adult comics are good. X videos is way better than Pornhub, don't at me. Sex.com is good too. Ban deleted user for wrong opinion. Agreed. X videos is good for free HD. Pornhub doesn't have... We're getting a fucking debate on which porn site's better. Eventually reaching the point where Toasty at Slimmer is saying, join you fucking slut.
Howdy. I must tell everyone. I walked in on Toasty Vanilla and I'm scarred for life. I will never be the same again. Ms. Zizi responds with a blushing emoji. Exactly, at Ms. Zizi. My innocence was stripped from me that day. What was he doing, though?
So it sounds like it's happened again.
All you need to know is to remember to leave a public VC before doing
Oh wait, no,
anything.
this is Peaches.
Was
this
he
is Peaches.
showering in the VC again? It is my mission to never
showering
let him
in the
break this
VC
down.
again,
It is
so it's not even like the
vengeance
first
for my
instance,
innocence
bro.
being stripped from me. Showering? No. That is a new one I haven't heard before, Lamau. He's been in the VC while taking a shower and telling us about his shampoo. Wow, XD. Nah, that is wholesome in comparison to what I had. At Slimmers,
Toasty is an
wanna hear
adult,
a
by
funny
the way.
story? Sure. Like 3 hours ago, Homeless Peaches walks in on me masturbating and started to shame me for being in a
18 plus
VC
buffer,
alone
no.
that I didn't know I was in. This happened in this server, so Peaches shamed you. Lamau, he what? Yep. I am going to beat him to death. Thank you. I have been in this server for like a week or less, and I've already got this. Is this normal? XD. Kind of? That's just a little bit weirder than usual.
Kinda normal.
Well, good to know.
February 6th, Ms. ZZ tags
9 hours
telling
of
her to
this
join
shit,
her
dude.
and
I
play
shit
Toontown,
you
and then
not.
sent a meme about Hitler. This then goes into them spamming Hitler, Nazi art, memes, and futa porn, like yet again Sandy the squirrel from SpongeBob, and then of a giant futa Hatsune Miku
oh my god,
drowning
please
the
censor
city
it
in-
better.
you
Holy
could probably
fuck.
guess. Then some sexually suggestive Nazi art, a pig and an anime girl pregnant with pigs, a Nazi pony, and then tagging Peaches with futa porn, Lego porn, Butters tagging Peaches with more futa porn, then Butters sending porn of a Pokemon
Fuchsia Butters
dad having sex
Fuchsia
with
Butters is okay. I'm so glad this is like small on my screen. I hope it's small on the stream. But quickly, Fuchsia Butters is an important person. Remember that name.
son, who is a baby
They will show
Pokemon.
up again.
Their
Okay.
spam kept going with Mad Libs, later sending porn of Tony the Tiger and the
Fucking
cheetah from
Fuda
Cheetos
Miku.
touching tips, tagging Miss ZZ afterwards. Peaches did react to this, starting at 3:05. She says, I got la pinged. Oh no. I was gonna warn you. Don't go through chat, but I thought you were already in bed. Please go through chat. Please do not go through chat.
Being
Don't.
beheaded,
Fuck. So much porn. Oh fuck. Wah. Lamau. That's it. That's it. This is gonna expose you all. Blush face. At Peaches, did you just wake up? I didn't do anything. Did you just wake up? Yep. This is what you missed. We tried to iron out the server lore, and I think Xena became my husband. I'm not sure, though. And Nazi porn. And some Toontown. We just got out of a big call. We were all playing Toontown, and we got at Libby to finally get the game to work. I see. I want to go back to my sleep. Me too, I'm tired. At abandoned account, how's that audio doing? When do you think you'll get your new mic stuff? I don't know. I just did a big boy yawn. At abandoned account, good night homeless peaches. I'm going to bed. Oh hey, just about to go to bed. I know we couldn't Skype tonight, but that's alright. At abandoned account, good night girl. I'll see you tomorrow. What was Madlibs' tweet though? At just vanilla. It was a tweet hyping up her new video since I dragged a bunch of fucking YouTubers into it. I almost got the right opinion in it too, but I made her delete it because it.
Oh my god. So let me get this straight. They were specifically trying to call. They were inviting like other art commentary related people into the Discord, and if the right opinion was invited to that server, this whole thing would have blew up a long fucking time ago.
It was supposed to be a surprise.
Holy
so
shit.
They almost got the right opinion to collab with them. I mean, that would have been a fucking shit show. Would have really shot this group forward. Thank God that didn't happen. 11:38 p.m. on February 6th, Nezzy Monster was invited into the server. The next day, February 7th,
I think it's because Tro criticized
morning,
Madame.
They started doing their
shit.
meme and porn spam again. And this time, Nezzy Monster reacted.
This is all 4 years ago,
Simple
yep,
meme about
2019.
holy water eye drops. So Nezzy Monster also knew about the porn spam that would happen in the server.
I can't see my haters because I got cum in my eyes.
February 8th, and there's this interaction. This starts with talking about Toontown and then OMGIJ 252.
And this is important. This is important. So he brings up that Nezzy Monster knew the whole time. This is important because Nezzy later on in a call, I think happened earlier this year, she would pretend to not know. She would say that she didn't know what was going on, and that's why she stayed silent. So just a lie, right? Just to add future context.
Links his J Station video, which is now private. LOL, sorry, bye. Toasty then says, at Mizizi, I'm sorry, do I have to ban you? Toasty, you tried to slide into my Toontown DMs. Yes, yes, fuck you. I'd fuck me too. Tell her about the time you almost got your dick sucked. No, who here has big titty? At Mimi has the big titty. I'm small titty, like B. And then Toasty sends a photo of himself, I think with a feminine filter on from Snapchat. I don't fucking know. Who that? I don't know. Toasty then sends some meme about a flat chest, thick thighs.
Dude, it's
yeah,
just...
right, no.
Jesus
then a ninja
Christ,
meme,
man.
my goat is thick. Toasty's isn't. Then he sends a photo of the goat to try and prove his point, I guess, about the thickness of their avatars, their little avatars. Not enough.
Hey, what's wrong with that,
Everyone wants
dude?
to
Well,
fuck
I mean,
mine.
well, hold on.
Then
It's wrong it's wrong posting that in a chat full of minors and shit like that, right? Okay, like, but listen, there's nothing wrong with having a thick avatar. Okay?
Mimi sends, I don't know what that is.
In a
Supposed to be
vacuum.
her little character, depressed, with a hat on. Then Ms. Zizi sending what I can only assume to be cropped porn of her character. That, I don't exactly know what's happening here. Porn is overrated. Excuse me. Racism. I love racism. Me too. I think I've seen it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this is. Yeah, that's hot. Yes, it's slow as hell. Nah. Also, my manager is busy teaching new employees, and I'll probably just leave. I'm like 5'1". More, I guess, cropped pornography of Ms. Zizi's character. Why not? I'm going to kill you, Toasty. Snatcher's my
I don't know
husband.
who this
Yes.
Ms. Zizi
With the way
person
these
is.
messages are, I think it's a little obvious that they were in a VC or something else was, taking place. Machine is my Toontown boyfriend. Peaches is my wife. Mimi was my wife. Toasty and I are Toontown divorced. You said you want a divorce. Yes. Mimi is welcome to come back to me. Here's an art piece of Peaches and Miss Zizi kissing. We should all watch gotcha porn. Oh shit, shit posting hours. I guess this is gotcha porn right here.
When's probably next stream?
Stop,
Tomorrow.
I'm only 10. Then Toasty sends some random fucking screenshot. How long y'all been smooching? Lamau.
I think that
Like, at
comment
least
was a joke.
5
To stop,
hours.
I'm only 10.
5
That's a
hours.
joke.
His dick was this big.
You betrayed me. You changed your profile pic? Fine. I'm sorry. Wow.
February 11th. 10:23 a.m. Toasty Vanilla says, guys, I'm a
Toasty?
Mimi simp. Add Mimi, shut up, you don't have rights because you don't have the YouTube role. I think it's the fact that your voice makes me straight. I think that's literally the only thing that makes me
what the fuck am I
sexually
hearing?
confused. Damn, I guess I'm ugly. Oh, I'm supposed to be mad at you right now. Why would you try to commission child porn by a child?
Bruh.
Speak or die. Okay, 1, I
It's like
didn't
they're just
commission
openly
it. 2,
joking
it's not
about it,
porn.
like-
3, we're both barely adults. And 4, I guess this is supposed to be something she posted. I haven't eaten breakfast yet because I'm saving room for my stomach when I eat out Vanilla Toasty's ass viciously. At Mimi, checkmate. Bitch, we're teens. Lol. We tech shit, but when it comes to drawing, we can't, so we visualize. Even though I really, really, really want to see that, but I can't. Why? Because I'm still a child for 5 more months. Oh no, I can't look at the Toasty X Mimi fan art because I'll get arrested. Woe is me. No, I meant the Slimmers one. Wait a second, what? Slimmers called you out, fool. And then they linked the no access chat. Bruh, I just told Slimmers what you told me to tell her. Where's the receipts of that? Where's the evidence? Well, you told me in voice chat, so I don't have them. Bitch, I don't remember that. Ho. I would never ask for child pornography made by a child of my sexy self.
Dude,
for a child eating
Jesus,
Toasty's ass.
my lord.
Well, I'm pretty sure our OCs are over 18, so it's all good. Are you sure about that? Because my persona ages when I age. You were touching me. Wait, pause. Reads consent laws. Yeah, for once. Pause. Pause. Yeah, where the fuck is this soap opera going? I did not hit her.
You see what I mean? Like, it's a lot more blunt than the whole creepypasta narrator shit, but it's like, it is so fucking similar. It is so goddamn similar to the whole thing. Like, unbelievable that this fucking shit was happening.
Mark, I did not. I don't know. But like I said, when my dumbass turns legal, that means that all those guys who were DMing me to lewd my Sona can do it. I'm not lying. Okay. Would you like to see? Just one question. What the fuck is this? You know what? I'm in agreement. What the fuck is that? That's you groping yourself. I mean Discord grope. I'm just watching it. Mimi Diggs and Toasty Vanilla wanted Slimmers to draw porn or suggestive imagery of the two of them. Or at the least, of Mimi Diggs.
Encouraging.
Slimmers had already
Dude,
drawn porn
okay.
of Toasty
Jesus
before,
Christ.
so hey, why not, right? It's completely normal. 7 hours later, and there's an update from Mimi Diggs. Okay, attention server. We have made a compromise at Slimmers, and Mimi sends a screenshot. I will consent to Slimmers drawing fluff/smut, but anything further than that
Slimmers,
is
the
illegal.
minor,
Go
the
wild,
minor,
I
the
blame
minor,
just
yes,
vanilla.
the
Damn,
minor's drawing
you
porn,
wanted
dude.
this.
What
You
the
presented
fuck?
the idea to me. Here we go. Excuse me, ho. We can kiss, we can play with our cheeks, we can touch titty, cheeks, but stick your dick in me and I'm calling the police. Cheeks? Yes, both cheeks. What does that fucking mean? It means I'll pop one of them if you don't buy me Minecraft. February 13th, 3:19 p.m. Peaches says, at Just Vanilla, Toasty quit flirting with my boyfriend. No. Hello, Peaches. Did you see my thighs? Oh, I see them every night, love. What are you saying? Is that Mr. Steal Yo Boy? Toasty, this is Warmade. How dare you? Not gonna lie, though. Your boyfriend be packing some meat down there. You don't need to tell me that, dude. And he ain't for sharing, so back off, son, or I'm a deck
If
ya.
it sounds
Oh, shit.
clipped,
You be
it's
tweaking
not.
if I think
This
I'm gonna
shit
back off my
happened like
homeboy.
all the
I
time
ain't
in the
capping, though,
server.
when I say I'm gonna steal your mans and we're gonna be smashing. Bet. February 20th, 9:26 p.m. at Art Animation. So Peaches messaged me from her boyfriend's account today, and it was pretty great. I just felt like sharing this moment. What did I fucking say about texting my boyfriend, you cucker? Lol, get cuck nerd. February
Whereas,
29th,
like, have my chat started going
12:10
through?
a.m. Slimmers sends an
No.
artwork piece of hers depicting herself sucking a dick. I really don't know what else to say aside from that. Keep in
Peaches?
mind at the time that she was 15. Looks like it's up to me, shaking my head, cause it's great. Slimmers.
Wait, who? Oh, it's censored enough. I can't. I
Texting
genuinely
my
can't
boyfriend, you cucker. Lol, get cuck nerd. February 29th, 12:10 a.m. Slimmers sends an artwork
Oh,
piece of hers
Slimmers.
depicting herself sucking a dick. I really don't know what else
Dude,
to say.
is it like encouraging the
Keep in
minor to
mind
do
at the
sexual
time
shit?
that
It's just
she
yeah,
was
it's
15.
creasing pasta.
Looks like it's up to me, shaking my head, cause it's great. Slimmers, 2 eyeballs. Stop posting porn in FCK. The porn. Wait. Ha 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 ha.
fuck?
Don't worry, it just looks like a banana, so we good. She's just enjoying her potassium. It's a Subway sub, the fuck? February 29th, 1:32 p.m. Fat fuck the name's Junkie said, I took a look in here yesterday, and why was there porn in here, XD? Spooky. At Slimmers, explain your sins. Well, Junkie, that's a hard question to answer. You see, XD. Toasty Vanilla comes in, tagging Junkie. Sometimes we just kind of post
Watching a
porn
camera,
whenever
yeah.
we want. Junkie responds with, XD, amazing. carry on. The cholesterol lizard can't say that he didn't know that there were minors in here, because at the very least, he knew Slimmers was in here. He fucking tagged her. I just wanted to make that crystal clear, because he has a nasty habit of flat out lying or denying something that he did
mother
The hentai god himself.
in this server is such a dirty little fucking liar, dude. Like I don't think there was anybody that was ever honest about what was going on in that server aside from the fucking miners themselves when they realized, oh wait, haha, what's happening here is actually extremely fucked and like wrong and shouldn't be happening. Like, dude, it's insane.
Follows me now. Eyeball emoji. Oh, good. Hey, I did the thumbnail for his Indiana Jones video, and PewDiePie saw it. Damn. Yes, that piece of art gained infamy. Thank you, Trent. I fap to that piece all the time. But it be blocks, though. Never stopped me before. Toasty likes me. He said he wants my dildo in his ass. I only love you for your money, Teddy.
From October of 2019 to March of 2020, several YouTubers and artists were invited to the FCK server. The name's Junkie on December 31st, Micro Mavi, or Ellie Momelli as she is now known, on January 3rd, Hopeless Peaches, January 29th, Fuchsia Butter on February 2nd, both Nezzy Monster and Mad Libs on February 6th, Mimi Diggs on February 8th, and One Man Show Off, or Trent as he's also known, on March 1st. Nearly every minor in the FCK server talked about their age, either by jokes or just flat out admitting that they were underage. Slimmers, who is 15, and OMGIJ252, who is 16, along with Teddy the Draws, were not even the youngest of the members. The youngest was 12, and the second youngest was 14, and Toasty Vanilla was aware of that. On March 8th, Ponder Sprocket and Nezzy Monster uploaded their two-part collab.
Ponder, okay, so I think Ponder, like, there were people in the server that weren't active at all, so you can't really say that they knew. I think Ponder was one of those people, but Ponder was, like, one of the people that, I think, helped get the logs to the FCK?
On my Slimmers
Hold on.
Video, accumulating non-existent evidence. The art community for years now have shared, referred, and recited these two videos, telling themselves that they called me out, and that I'm only upset that they rightfully called me out. That's their cope for completely ignoring the actual issues with the two videos. Now, I won't go over every single one, because I've made two videos of my own dissecting each one. They're inside the aforementioned playlist. But I will go over the main takeaway, talking points, and claims that Ponder and Nezzy made. Two of them first accused me of lying by omission, that I left out what people were responding to in my intro in an effort to conceal what I did.
Right from the get-go, Akumu is presenting a dishonest claim. He is showcasing the tweets of people reacting to something that he said, but he's refusing to provide us with what exactly that was. I can't believe that we're only 18 seconds in and we've got a big ol' lie by omission, a dishonestly presented accusation, and a major contradiction presented to us. That's gotta be like a new record or something. Akumu deserves—
I am like so fucking surprised I never got into the fucking art commentary scene, because I mean, to be fair, when I was like growing up, and like I was drawing like a bunch of art and shit like that, but I was mainly on like not DeviantArt. I was mainly on fucking Amino, which is like not too much better, because there still were like a lot of freaks and creeps on fucking Amino, but there was a chance that if I was doing like art, I probably would have been inside like the ACC or some shit, and I'm fucking shocked that I dodged that bullet.
Surprise.
Then they accused me of attempting to dox a minor, referring to Slimmers numerous times throughout both videos.
So, you didn't technically attempt to dox anybody. You were just asking—
He didn't.
If there was somebody
I think it's just a lie
out there who could dox her for you.
And the contradiction will come up a little bit later, but it has to do with him making note that someone out there should be able to answer his
I really don't like this person's art style. It's just like not pleasant to look at.
question and provide Slimmers' private information.
Like, what the fuck is happening with this finger, bro? Like, I don't even know what the fuck.
Which is basically him not committing the crime, but asking someone to do it for him. Which doesn't make you innocent, my guy. Also, I'm not surprised these people thought that. You don't ask for someone's personal information on a public fucking forum. That's what we call being suspicious.
Oh yeah, by the way, if anyone has the personal info of that minor who was being harassed by a larger YouTuber, hit me up. Which is hilarious considering his bias against Slimmers is very—
fuck, I hate the way I also hate the way they talk.
apparent from him openly harassing her and asking other people to send him her private private information.
They did this by unironically omitting 2 days worth of my tweets that disproved the attempted doxing accusation, tweets that they had to scroll past to get a different screenshot from a thread, just to take that out of context and use it as an admission or confession to the attempted doxing accusation. An impressive, whopping level of mental gymnastics. They also accused...
Okay, I gotta end stream. Fuck me. I gotta go to work. I also need to use the bathroom, but anyways, hope you'll be tomorrow.